Humankind walked out from Earth as early as several hundred years ago. Humans depended on various technology to colonize other planets. Among the many administrative planets, planet Mid-Thunder was where our story began. In spite of human beings' groundbreaking technology, the rich were still rich, and the poor were still poor. And people despised the poor as usual. In fact, if you were poor, you couldn't even defend your own girlfriend. Tian Hen was one of those poor, born in the gutters. 5 years ago, his teacher, who raised him over the years, enrolled him in Mid-Thunder Academy. And he studied diligently, hoping that one day he would be able to repay his teacher and everyone that helped him. Though, day and night, he gave his all to his girlfriend of few years. And yet she despised him and left with someone else. Her new boyfriend also greatly humiliated him for being so poor. He wanted to slap that bastard hard, but he didn't have the power to back him, nor the courage. Frustrated, he met a girl on the street who invited him to their club. Despite rejecting her a few times, Tian Hen gave in and went to the bar when she said they had a wine that could make him forget all his sorrows. When he finished drinking, he felt at peace, as though he didn't miss her at all. There he met another girl who asked him if she could drink with him. Tian Hen nodded and said that she could drink, but he won't be able to pay for her drinks. She chose to drink with him since he looked like he had given up on his life. When she asked his name, he rejected her, but added that if she answered one question, he would tell her his name. When she told him just to ask, he asked if he was a normal person or an abnormal person. But he didn't let her answer, as he said she must think he was abnormal. And he screamed his heart out, startling the people in the vicinity. And then he went unconscious. The girl caught him in her lap and said in a mild tone that she would know if he was really normal or abnormal very soon. Tian Hen woke up from his sleep and found himself in an unknown place. He also noticed that he was naked, and when he looked around, he saw blood on the bedsheet, making him imagine what crap happened last night. But soon, he saw a projector from which the hologram of the girl he met last night projected herself. She said that when he saw this message, she might already be gone, and added that she had paid all his expenses for living here. She also said she chose him for some reason beyond her control. Before the holographic message ended, she encouraged him not to give up and said if he worked hard, then luck would always find him. Tian Hen thanked her and planned to start his life anew from that day onwards. Then he remembered that he was supposed to go to the graduation ceremony that day. In his heart, other than his parents and the teacher who took him from the slums, his studies at the Mid-Thunder Academy were the most important. He knew he was lucky to have his teacher, who gained him a chance to get into the academy. Over the years, he tried his hardest to excel in his grades, despite his fellow students wasting time playing games and going to clubs for the past 5 years. And when rushing to the academy, he felt that he wouldn't be able to go there in time, so he used a flight technique. The flight technique was imparted by the academy using the chi in the universe as its fuel. However, with the existence of flying cars, the rich would hardly learn flight techniques since it was very dangerous to use these techniques. The Universal Alliance evolved from the earliest governmental system into an alliance today, with the Parliament as the final decision-making chair. The Parliament consisted of upper and lower houses, respectively. Both places were mutually regulated to determine the direction in which the Milky Way Alliance was advancing toward. The military reported directly to the Parliament, and the main military power was formed by 10 great space fleets, each possessing the power to destroy an entire average-sized planet. The commanders of the 10 great warships reported directly to the commander-in-chief and were stationed at planetary territories governed by their respective administrative planets beyond the perimeters of the Universal Alliance. Universal Chi was a cultivation method developed from hundreds of years of research on the human body. Currently, scientists developed metamorphosis, a transformation technique that enables the target population to be merged with the latest instruments, which makes them way stronger than the old class instruments that the lower class people use. Thus, the upper class could undergo metamorphosis and gain immortality, and the lower class could only cultivate near-feudal universal instruments to survive. And Tian Hen, due to being born in the lowest of the lower class, didn't even qualify to cultivate any universal instruments in the first place. But his life changed when a man showed up and asked him if he wanted to cultivate chi, and that man was none other than his respected teacher. After picking Tian Hen up from the slums, His teacher told him never to tell anyone about himself, and he added that before he reached 20 years old, he must never practice universal ki on anything other than the flight technique. The little Tian Hen at that time could barely understand his teacher, but he promised him nonetheless. And for the next 13 years, he fulfilled his promise and practiced the flight technique diligently. Tian Hen arrived at the entrance of the academy and scanned his identity. The robotic voice welcomed him and said that he might be punished by the office for not returning last night. After getting approved, he was let in. There was only half a minute left, so he rushed again but tripped and fell on a pink-haired girl. But he quickly got up and rushed again towards the academy. In the hall, he met his girlfriend. He still tried to talk like a simp, but she, as usual, rejected him and told him that she didn't want to get involved with a guy that knew nothing but the flight technique, and also told him to leave before William, her boyfriend, showed up. Just at that moment, Tian Hen's name was called from the stage, so he again rushed towards the stage, wondering why anyone would call him on stage if not for punishment. The nobles thought that Tian Hen would be punished on the stage, thus they gloated and mocked him. But the dean comforted him and announced Tian Hen as the valedictorian of that year of the academy, and said that the academy would grant him the badge of honor and reward him with 1,000 universal credits. Tian Hen was on cloud 9 hearing it, as he felt that all the suffering and insult he went through for the past 5 years in the academy was worth it. The dean again praised him for his hard work and excellent grades, but the noble kids below the stage still mocked him and said he might be cheating. Dean shut them up and said that they would be barred from graduating if they made any more noise, and also said that Tian Hen was far better in his studies than the noble kids who didn't even pass half the subjects. He also said that he and the teachers discussed and came to a conclusion that, except Tian Hen, nobody would be graduating that year. Hearing it, the nobles started rebelling and said it would hurt the academy's reputation. But the dean was unfazed and was firm in his speech. After the speech, William also met with Tian Hen and told the dean that it was unfair for only Tian Hen to pass. But the dean rebuked him, saying he had no right to judge Tian Hen. But William whispered to Tian Hen, saying that flies should stay in the corners eating shit, and if they fly up at others, they will get swatted eventually. Tian Hen was breaking down emotionally, for he couldn't understand what he did to William to always be treated like this. At that time, the emotion overflowed, and he felt that the world would be at peace if William disappeared. And just like that, he fainted from an emotional overdose, and William was beheaded suddenly without anyone understanding how it happened. Far away from the academy, a guy was kneeling at a woman and said that he couldn't find the young miss. The woman then said that she had known him for decades, and asked if he thought he could hide things from her. Seeing no choice, he said that young Miss Llin went to a hotel and stayed with a guy. Hearing that, the woman became angry and almost cornered the man and asked him about the culprit, and when she heard it was a student from Mid-Thunder Academy, she immediately ordered him to bring the culprit. On the other hand, the guy in question woke up from his coma and remembered the event when William died. And right before his eyes, some unknown force beheaded William. He then saw on the medical scanner screen that his mentality was off the charts. He then began to suspect if William was really killed by him, so to test that, he tried to control one of the flower vases from the room. He failed twice but didn't give up and tried his hardest, and finally he was able to lift up the vase, but he dropped it when knocks were heard from the door. Thus, he pretended to sleep again. He then saw Dean and another guy coming in. They then talked about how William's death was really a tragedy, and Tian Hen also added that when blood flowed from William's severed neck, he was scared shitless and fainted, and didn't remember anything after that. They then averted the topic and congratulated Tian Hen on graduating. He was relieved that the incident didn't cause any problem with his graduation, and thought that if he could go back to his hometown, then he could get a good job there, and could happily provide enough money for his parents to live happily. When he was daydreaming, the dean took his leave and was talking outside the door. Inside the room, William was surprised since he could hear things from afar after he woke up, and was surprised when the dean said that William's father, the chairman of the Thunderstrike group, suspected Tian Hen of the death of his son, and he might try to take his revenge after Tian Hen leaves the academy. But the dean said that if he did that, then he would report him to the Holy Alliance. The other teacher agreed, and said that William's dad wouldn't dare if it was the Holy Alliance. Tian Hen now understood somehow why his girlfriend would leave him for William, as he was the son of the owner of the Thunderstrike group. but he didn't have any clue of what the Holy Alliance was. Soon Tian Hen was unable to hear them as he thought it was his hearing limit. William then began thinking of ways to escape the clutch of the Thunderstrike group since he couldn't stay in the academy forever. And even if the academy lets him stay for more years, he would be unable to become stronger if he doesn't venture. And the only solution he had was to become stronger. Just as he was about to practice his cultivation technique, he was surprised by his teacher Damon visiting him. Mr. Damon was the one who first brought Tian Hen into the Mid-Thunder Comprehensive Academy, saying Tian Hen was extraordinarily gifted. Over the past 5 years, Mr. Damon had sponsored all of Tian Hen's expenses at Mid-Thunder Comprehensive Academy, and he was also the person Tian Hen respected the most aside from his parents. Mr. Damon then asked if he getting 1,000 universal credits was true. Tian Hen nodded and replied that Damon should take those credits as Tian Hen owed him a lot for providing him money for staying in the academy. Damon then told Tian Hen that he didn't need money, but asked him if anything major had happened to him recently. So he began telling him about the girl who slept with him, and also the fact that he awakened a new kind of power. Then Damon warned Tian Hen to never tell anyone about the powers he awakened, and said that it would cause him a lot of trouble if he ever revealed those powers, as space powers are very rare. Although Damon thought that Tian Hen had some hidden talent, he never thought that he had spatial power. Damon also assured him that he would be checking out if he could do anything about the Thunderstrike group bothering Tian Hen. Tian Hen thanked him and asked about the Holy Alliance, and found out that the Holy Alliance was a very powerful organization, so much so that his teacher told him that he shouldn't know anything about the Alliance. When Damon left, Tian Hen felt he had already put a lot of burden on his teacher, and shouldn't bother him with the Williams incident. So he left quietly without staying in the hospital. And unfortunately, his fear came true, as a group of masked men brandished their swords at Tian Hen's neck, and asked Tian Hen to come with them. But Tian Hen didn't comply, and used his flight technique to immediately escape. But he was frozen, as he saw a laser cannon aimed at him, not caring about the citizens below. But fortunately, an ice ball that came out of nowhere blocked the laser cannon. But the laser cannon didn't stop and shot with even more power, trying to turn Tian Hen and the ice ball into smithereens. But unfortunately, the ice ball swallowed the shot whole, and a man introducing him as a manipulator from the Holy Alliance said that the thugs had violated the laws of Mid-Thunder. The thugs then introduced themselves too, as the special force from the Thunderstrike group. But they were met with a cold reply, as the person from the Holy Alliance said that he didn't care about their identity, and told them to leave as he had some business with Tian Hen. These thugs had no choice but to leave under the pressure of Holy Alliance, but they swore that they would complete the mission later, if not now. Tian Hen hurriedly thanked Mr. Liao for saving him, but Mr. Liao said that he didn't save him, and he needed to come with him. Tian Hen was shocked. He now felt as though he had escaped the frying pan into the fire. So he tried his best to run away, knowing it was futile. But alas, he was captured as his surrounding air froze. After that, the man grabbed him and flew him at an astonishing speed, which made his eyes hurt due to the air blowing at his face at incredible speed. Tian Hen asked why the man was breaking the law when he was talking about the law a few moments ago. In reply, the man said that they were the law itself. Then Mr. Liao asked if he remembered the girl from the last night. In reply, Tian Hen nodded innocently, and then understood that that girl that slept with him must have caused such a big fuss. After a while, he was brought to a big castle where the weather was extremely cold. He was brought to a woman called Controller, as the Iceman described the incident where Tian Hen was being attacked by the Thunderstrike group. Then Mr. Liao was dismissed as Tian Hen, and the woman became the sole person in that room. Tian Hen then timidly asked if she was the one who ordered to kidnap him. But she asked, without giving him a reply, about how he knew llin. Then Tian Hen asked about who llin was. In reply, he was brazed with an ice shard as she warned him not to mess around if he wanted to live. Then Tian Hen said that he wasn't messing with her. He just didn't know what was going on there. So the women then began talking about Tian Hen and his background. Then she began describing the night when he met the girl, and also informed him that llin was the girl's name, and said that he took away llin's most prized possession that night, so he was bound to give her a valid explanation of the incident as to why llin would do that. But Tian Hen said that he didn't even get a good look at Miss Lan as he woke up from his drunken stupor to a bedsheet stained with blood, not knowing what she did. Then she asked in a low voice if he was saying that Lan initiated it while ice spikes grew from thin air around her throughout the massive hall. She added that Lan received the best education since childhood and would never do such a shameless thing. Tian told her again that whatever he said was entirely true, and he wasn't even aware when he took Lan's purity. Then he said that if something really happened, then he was willing to take full responsibility as a man. She then replied in a cold tone that Tian Hen was overestimating his standing to be able to utter words like bearing responsibility, and said that he was just like a dog to her and would never be able to touch her daughter. Tian Hen didn't cower and said that he was a person, not a dog, and he might not be anyone significant, but things might not be the same 10 years from then. She then laughed a bit and said he was getting overconfident with his puny space ability. Though Tian Hen was a bit shocked as his ability was exposed, but he was firm and said that as long as he worked hard, then he could turn the puny ability into something big, and said that she might have an exalted status now. But what about the previous generation and the ancestors from 10 generations ago, as they surely weren't big from the get-go? He also asked if he lived for 10 more years, could she be certain of what he would become? She then asked where such a confidence coming from if not that puny space ability. But he replied that the confidence was coming from his strong will and nowhere else. She then laughed mockingly and said that he was a toy to Lanlin. Lanlin didn't do it because she loved him, but it was because she trapped him. He was confused but said that it was too heavy of a price Lanlin paid to him for just trapping him, and added that he would compensate her nonetheless. She then said since he was so adamant about compensating, then she would give him a chance instead of killing him. She then added that hard work would help in the endeavor to success, but powers of comprehension are equally important. So she would let him live for 3 years, and if he could become as strong as level 10 of manipulators within that time, then he would need to perform 3 tasks for her family, and after that, she may consider sparing his life. And if he can't even become as strong as a level 10 with 3 years of time, then she would personally tear him to pieces. Tian Hen was a bit stunned hearing her, but then asked that if they were the one who decided the law in Mid-Thunder. She replied affirmatively, and said that everyone knows that Mid-Thunder has a supreme administrative body that handles all military and political matters. But what people rarely know is the fact that the true controller of the Mid-Thunder is none other than her. Tian Hen then asked if he wanted to become a 10th level manipulator. Then he should at least know a bit about manipulators. She agreed, and asked when he awakened the space-type ability, and was told that he had just awakened 2 days ago. She then mocked him, saying he didn't even reach level 1 of the manipulators, and was at the lowest level. She then told her that the main controller of everything in the Galactic Alliance was Holy Alliance, which consisted of all-powerful special ability users. People might wonder why would Holy Alliance need special ability users when they could just invest on creating big warships to dominate. But what many don't know is a level 20 manipulator could hold off a low-level military vessel on his own, and if all the elders worked together, they could even hold off against a giant warship. He was a bit surprised that humans could hold off against a giant warship without any technology. She then said that he would know more in the future if he lived, and said that he had 1 month to live here to study about the manipulators. Just as she was about to leave, he asked if he could meet Lanlin for once. She turned around and said if she knew where she was, she wouldn't even let Tian Hen be near the castle, and warned that he should never tell any soul about what happened to Lanlin that night. Then she left in a flash. When Tian Hen got out of the hall, he finally breathed a sigh. Then he met Mr. Liao, the guy that kidnapped him. Mr. Liao expressed his shock as he thought he would be killed. Then he gave Tian Hen a gem-like thing which melted into his hands, and Mr. Liao told him that this emblem lets him check his body status anytime he wanted. But Tian Hen asked back saying it also should have a function that reports his every action to him. In reply, Mr. Liao said that he just didn't understand how lucky he was to get the emblem, and said that this emblem signifies that he had a special status in the Galactic Alliance, and also informed that if anyone could reach level 5 of Manipulator before age 30, then they could join the Alliance. Tian Hen rebuked, saying he didn't want to join the Alliance in the first place. But Mr. Liao said before he completes his 3-year-old promise, Madame Ouya has every right to dictate his fate. No choice. Tian Hen tried using the emblem and was surprised as information flowed into his brain as his ability level and his universal key level was vividly floating in his vision. He then asked Mr. Liao why the emblem wasn't showing his space ability level. He was then told that it could only show ability level that are from level 1 to level 36, and it meant that his ability didn't even reach level 1 yet. He then thanked Mr. Liao for the help. Mr. Liao was surprised and asked why he thanked him, his kidnapper. He then said that he would begin his training tomorrow and would make the training absolutely unforgettable. Tian Hen laughed and said he was looking forward to it. Later he was meditating in his room, and when he broke his meditation, he saw Mr. Liao staring at him, who also mocked him for not being aware of the surrounding when meditating. Tian Hen said that there was no point in being alert there since everyone in the vicinity was strong enough to kill him in seconds. He might as well make use of his time to train even harder. Mr. Liao agreed and told Tian Hen to hold his hand. Tian Hen was confused and asked why he should hold another man's hand. Seeing the situation going wrong way, Mr. Liao said he wanted to show him how the emblems work. So after seeing his stats, Mr. Liao brought him to the training ground. Mr. Liao then asked if he could answer as why they didn't have any protective barrier in the training place. Tian Han replied that was because the strong manipulators themselves are a barrier on their own. Then all of a sudden Mr. Liao hit him on the head, and when Tian Hen cried, he said the superior is never wrong, and he must obey every order his superiors say, which is the first rule of Holy Alliance. He then said even though his special ability is lower than level 1, but his universal QE is enough for him to enter the second level of cultivation. So he is going to be taught the second stage of cultivation method. And he would be training there during the daytime for the next month, and cultivate during the night. Seeing that he would be imparted a cultivation method, he thanked Mr. Liao. But Mr. Liao said he would be cursing him in the future instead of thanking him. Then he was forced to put on a heavy mech armor. Then he was drained of his chi, which made it feel much heavier. On top of that, he was forced to run laps after laps on the field. He fell from time to time, but he didn't give up and kept getting up. Even Mr. Liao was surprised by his perseverance and will. Then Tian Hen drank all the nutritional serum that Mr. Liao prepared, which made Mr. Liao hurt as those were super expensive. And with newfound vigor, he was running again. But after hours he was exhausted and reached his limit, and wasn't able to get up. So Mr. Liao went to check up on him, and found out that the restriction of weight that he put on him was bursting. And soon after, the restriction was nullified, as Tian Hen came out of the smoke. He was surprised to see the restriction breaking apart as it never occurred in the past, as their abilities were more than 10 levels apart. When he was thinking, the controller came in saying it was indeed a miracle to break apart restrictions set by someone many levels higher. She said that she didn't expect llin would pick up a treasure while just trying to spite her mother by sleeping with a guy. She then told Liao to increase the duration of the training from 1 month to 3 months, as she expects Tian Hen to reach level 3 in the time. But Mr. Liao said that would be impossible no matter how hard Tian Hen worked, as it would at least take a year. She laughed and told Mr. Liao to give some holy ether to Tian Hen. Again, Mr. Liao was surprised seeing how the controller valued Tian Hen, as the holy ether was crafted by the most mysterious unit within Holy Alliance, each of whom were the cream of the crop, as it was a priceless treasure capable of reinforcing the human body from inside, and the Holy Alliance could only make 100 milliliter every year, which costs more than 1,000,000 universal credit per milliliter. He was even more surprised when she told Liao to give Tian Hen 10 milliliter. Then Mr. Liao said that a person could at most take 5 milli at a time. Madame Ouya then rebuked Liao, saying there were things he didn't have to know. After she left, Mr. Liao went to the fainted Tian Hen and brought him to bed. The first thing Tian Hen checked after waking up was his status. He was happy as he saw that his special ability finally upgraded to level 1. Again, Mr. Liao surprised him as he appeared in front of Tian Hen without alerting him. Tian Hen then asked Liao why he looked mad at him. Then Mr. Liao replied in an angry tone saying why there wasn't any change in his body, even after he was fed 10 milli of holy ether. Mr. Liao was full of resentment for the wastage of 10 million credits. So Tian Hen tried to calm him down, saying getting angry wasn't good for his health. Hearing the absurd number of money he had been fed, even Tian Han died. Later he said that the holy ether must have become sweat and evaporated from his body. In anger, Mr. Liao said that his sufferings had been extended to 3 months. However, contrary to what Mr. Liao expected, Tian Hen was even more happy and danced in joy. Later, when the controller was told about how the ether didn't change anything in Tian Hen's body, she replied, saying it might not show its result immediately sometimes. Next day, when the training was finished, Tian Hen asked Mr. Liao if Miss Lanlin was an ability user too. He replied affirmatively, and added she was also the sole heir to the entire Fair family. And Miss Lanlin's maternal grandfather is the strongest amongst the water-type ability users, and is one of the 5 judge elders of Holy Alliance. And her grandmother is the Mid-Thunder's #1 controller. As for Miss Lanlin, she is the most talented prodigy in the history of Holy Alliance, which shocked the balls out of Tian Hen. Nonetheless, he asked her ability level, but Mr. Liao said he didn't know, but rumor had it that she was born as level 7. He resented, saying that he was not as talented as the geniuses, as he was stuck in the level 30, and couldn't break through to the next level. Tian Hen also was a bit depressed, since he worked his butt off, but was still just at level 1, whereas she was level 7 from the get-go. Mr. Liao then encouraged him, saying there are members in the Holy Alliance who relied on their innate understanding to go to level 30 from level 1. And Miss Lanlin might have chosen him, for she saw his potential. Tian Hen thanked him for the motivation. But Mr. Liao said he was just upset since he wasted all the holy ethers. Tian Hen then said if that was the case, then he could just drink some of his blood to get the ether drops back. Mr. Liao then said he wasn't a dark ability user and couldn't do that. For the next 3 months, he trained under the instruction of Mr. Liao, who always tortured him with his different kinds of training method, which leveled up his ability from level 1 to level 2, and he was close to leveling up to level 3. And it was the day of his last lesson where he had to survive Mr. Liao's attack. Then, seeing no chance of narrowing the big level gap, Tian Hen pulled out the laser gun that he got from the mech, and shot at Mr. Liao, but their attack was frozen by the controller. She then told Tian Hen that he could leave this place. Tian Hen then complained, saying Mr. Liao was trying to really kill him. Then the controller said Mr. Liao was testing his reactions when he was threatened, and she also told him to pack his things and see her in the main hall. After the controller left, Mr. Liao asked how he knew that there was a laser gun in the mech. Tian Hen then replied, saying he was the only one that scored best in all the subjects this year. So it's given he knew these mechanical things. Tian Hen then asked if he could take the mech with him. In reply, Mr. Liao said he couldn't take anything from there according to the rule. But Mr. Liao gave a weapon that was his personal property, which could also shoot lasers capable of penetrating a 100-degree defense, along with the function of transforming into a short dagger. Tian Hen immediately took it without even hesitating. Before leaving, he told him not to slack off his training after leaving, and if he encountered any threat, he should avoid it instead of colliding head-on. Tian Hen then thanked one last time to Mr. Liao, then left while Mr. Liao watched his back figure. In the hall, he met Miss Controller, as she said that he must remember the promise, and he is free to come back if he encounters any problem. After everything was done, he left the castle and arrived at the academy after 3 long months. There he met the pink-haired girl that he previously bumped into before the graduation ceremony. The girl rushed towards him, as though taking revenge, but her attack fell on the air as Tian Hen evaded, which caused the girl almost fall, but Tian Hen caught her. Even so, the girl didn't give up as she aimed at his balls and kicked. But how could Tian Hen let that be? So he caught her feet before it could smash his balls. Tian Hen was angry, and asked the girl why she was trying to destroy his balls. But the girl didn't reply, and said she missed the graduation ceremony, and couldn't graduate since he bumped into her. He admitted that it was his fault for bumping into her, but added that being late didn't have anything to do with the graduation. The onlooker began to gossip about Tian Hen as they laughed. She was embarrassed to be defeated in front of so many people. Thus, she cursed Tian Hen. Just at that time, the instructor Shui intervened and told him that his teacher, Damon, was looking for him all these times. He then replied that he was fine, and he came to the academy specially to visit his teacher, Damon. The onlooker nobles were surprised seeing the instructor Shui being so caring towards Tian Hen. Then the pink girl called instructor Shui Big Bro, and told him to beat Tian Hen up since he was the reason she couldn't graduate. But Shui refuted, saying according to the marks only Tian Hen was able to graduate this year. But the girl rebuked, saying he bumped into her, thus she wasn't able to graduate. Then Mr. Shui replied, saying she could only blame herself for not being able to get passing marks. Thus, she left, saying she couldn't believe that Mr. Shui was defending an outsider. Then Mr. Shui looked at the noble kids that were spectating and told them to scram, which made them leave immediately. Then Mr. Zhu brought Tian Hen to Mr. Damon. Mr. Zhu said that Damon thought that he had been captured by Thunderstrike Group, and was trying to find out about Tian Hen's whereabouts every day. Thus, Tian Hen apologized to Damon for making him worry. They then sat on the sofa and was talking about the things that happened during the past 3 months. Later it was revealed that Mr. Shui and Mr. Damon both was part of the Holy Alliance, and they also knew Madame Ouya, the controller. And they were also pretty powerful, as Mr. Shui was a level 13 fire user, and Teacher Damon was level 13 wind-type user. This revelation made Tian Hen beyond surprised. Then they asked about the next plan of Tian Hen. In reply, Tian Hen said that he wants to make a trip back home, and after that, he would start training his special ability again. Then Teacher Damon said due to space ability being very rare, and there were very few people that could instruct him. At that time, Mr. Shui said that there's one such teacher in the Holy Alliance who had a weird character. But Mr. Damon said that it would be difficult for Tian Hen to get a chance to be taught by him. But he also added that he had faith in Tian Hen, and they should at least give it a try. Tian Hen was also informed that the instructor's name was Mr. Moore, and he was the controller of the planet called Royal Gold. He doesn't belong to any of the factions in the Holy Alliance, but he wields a great deal of authority in the Holy Alliance. And most importantly, he has a very bad temper, and has all sorts of terrifying rumors about him. His teacher Damon was worried, but Tian Hen assured him saying he already met a controller before, and there was no reward without risk. And he also added that he would definitely be able to become level 10 before 3 years if he trained under such a great instructor. Mr. Zhui nodded, and told him that he and Mr. Damon are going to a place called Fantasyland. Later, Mr. Damon gave him a ruby-like gem, and told him that he can also come to Fantasyland if reached level 10 with the gem. He also told him it was also a core piece of equipment for members of the Holy Alliance, as it can be used to navigate in the universe, and could also help him reach the Royal Gold Planet. Tian rejected this as it was very precious, and he didn't want to be indebted to his teacher anymore. But he took it in the end when his teacher insisted, then left. On his way out of the academy, he met his girlfriend, Liana, who asked him if he was still mad at her. Tian Hen then said there was nothing to be mad about, and said that he was leaving Mid-Thunder City, and he won't trouble her anymore. She then began blabbering about how sorry she was for doing such a thing. But Tian Hen said she didn't hurt him instead. She opened his eyes, and helped him understand the truth of the world. Then he bade her farewell, and turned around to leave. But Liana again called him, asking if he was really the one that caused William's death. He replied that what would she do if he was really the one that killed him. But she couldn't believe it since William was way stronger than Tian Hen, who didn't even practice his ability. In reply, Tian Han lifted her by the neck remotely and asked if she still didn't believe him. Then he asked her if she wanted revenge, then she could come at him any time. But right at that moment, the pink-haired girl came too with some guys, and told them whoever could beat Tian Hen would be able to date her. Thus, everyone jumped on Tian Hen, but Tian Hen beat them up severely. But right at that moment, someone took out a taser and attacked him, which made him paralyzed, as the rest was kicking him. Tian Hen then threatened them to stop if they didn't want to get killed. But they didn't stop. Instead, the pink-haired whore came towards him and whispered in his ears that if he kneeled and apologized, then she will spare his life. But at that moment, he used his ability as the surrounding air became still, and everything went silent, followed by loud screams from the students as their leg was crushed. They ran for their dear life. Everyone was scared and shocked. He then told her that he didn't do anything to her since she was close to Teacher Zhui. After that, he left and flew towards his hometown, Serenity City. The city was also known for being the city of the poor, and the reason for them being always poor was because the Galactic Alliance restricted the residents of the slums from learning any kind of technology. Tian Hen's mom was sewing some clothes when his dad rushed in saying the Holy Lady agreed to find their son. They couldn't sleep for the past 3 months as Tian disappeared. But the dad assured the mother that Holy Lady has a communication device that can reach Mid-Thunder, and if things go well, then they might hear about the news of Tian Hen tomorrow. Hearing that, Tian Hen's mother praised the Holy Lady, saying she was a blessing to the poor. Right at that moment, Tian Hen barged in, which shocked them even more. His mom quickly grabbed Tian Hen and asked what took him so long. Thus Tian Hen told them that he graduated safely, and nothing happened. Then his dad asked him if he took any hoverbus for coming back. Tian Hen was a bit startled hearing his dad talk about hoverbus, and asked how they knew about it. Then his dad told him that it was the Holy Lady that taught them about hoverbus. When Tian Hen asked who she was, he was told that she arrived not long after Tian Hen last left the city. He also kept praising her, and said she gave the lower classes education for free and helped a lot of hungry people to feed. Then his mom told him to meet the Holy Lady tomorrow, and said they might get along since both of them lived outside of the Serenity City, and also added that the Holy Lady might even fancy him. Tian Hen laughed and said that he must thank her, for she helped the family so much. After that, he went to his room and meditated, and was satisfied as his ability leveled up again. Just as he was about to get up and go for dinner, he felt another energy within him that felt like another ability. Then he remembered how Mr. Liao told him that people with two different abilities always died due to their ability clashing with each other. Amidst his anxiety, he heard the door being knocked as his dad told him to have dinner. In the dinner table, Tian Hen also told his parents about the 1,000 credits that he gained from the graduation ceremony. But his mom and dad told him to keep for himself, as he might need it for finding jobs in the future. The next day, Tian Hen looked at the tall tower where the Holy Lady was standing. He then heard his dad praising the Holy Lady's looks. But all of a sudden, his other ability started acting up again. Everyone panicked and said that they didn't have any hospital in the slums. Then the Holy Lady flew down and tried to inspect Tian Hen's condition. When she touched Tian Hen, he felt his pain easing. On the other hand, the Holy Lady was shocked by his special ability, and also the fact that he had not one but two terrifying abilities. One ability was deep black, and another was explosive white. Later, she told Tian Hen's dad to carry him to her home, and added that her place is quieter, so it's easier for her to treat him. Thus, his dad brought him to her home as, in the room, Tian Hen thanked her for helping him. But she replied saying he shouldn't be in a hurry to thank her, as they were destined to be enemies from the very day they were born. Tian Hen was shocked to hear those words, and asked what she meant. She then told him that he was born on May 31st of 315 year of Universal Calendar, which was the same day she was born too. Tian Hen was again confused. She then found out the emblem of Holy Alliance within his body. In the meantime, Tian Hen felt that the Holy Lady's ability of purity seemed to be contradicting and tearing the dark special abilities in Tian Hen's body, which made him feel more pain. She then asked for his name, then said that her name was Lily, the same as lily flowers that radiate light in the darkness. But Tian Hen went straight to the topic and asked who let her in the city, and what was her goal. She replied saying she just wants to make everyone happy and content. In reply, Tian Hen mocked her saying among so many planets in the Alliance, they at least have 800 slums. And could she possibly make every slum happy? She replied saying she couldn't do it alone, but she could definitely complete her goal with the joint effort of countless people. He then asked if she knew she might face punishment for her deeds from the Galactic Alliance. She replied saying she didn't care. Then she threw her energy at him with her powers, but Tian Hen blocked it. Then the girl said she didn't want to hurt him. She was just trying to help him recover. But Tian Hen didn't listen to her bullshit, and counterattacked, but was caught and knocked out by the Holy Lady. She then looked at Tian Hen's unconscious face, and remembered the words of her teacher, who told her if she found anyone with dark ability, then she must kill that person at all costs, as a life of a person is less worthy than millions of people. She warned that she herself had seen the destruction such a power could cause. Thus, she advised her to kill such a person in the bud. And if she was not confident in her power, then she must try to lead that person to the path of light through her kindness. But Lily couldn't do it when she came face to face with such a man. She then bit her finger and extracted a drop of her blood and marked Tian Hen's head with her blood as though completing a ritual. Tian Hen's forehead where the blood touched was glowing as his dark devouring power burst out, but she kept it under control with her powers. Then Tian Hen's clothes burst open, which tainted the Holy Maiden's eyes as she rushed out of the room where she saw Tian Hen's dad, whom she then asked for a new set of clothes for Tian Hen. And after Tian Hen was given his clothes, she warned Tian Hen to use his dark abilities carefully. Tian Hen nodded. Then Tian Hen asked why his special ability remained at level 3, although his universal key level is much higher. She said that it must be because he got 2 abilities. She also congratulated him for being the first person in history to successfully control 2 abilities at once. He then asked, "Isn't that a bad thing?" She said it's not the same for him. Of course, she was even more shocked than Tian Hen, as she knew that Tian Hen not only possessed the power that her teacher told to be wary of, but also another equally strong power, which is no less than a miracle to be in a single person. The Holy Lady Lily took a moment to share a vital revelation with Tian Hen. She kindly told him that usually having two special abilities at the same time could harm a person's body. Tian was an exception. Lady Lily pointed out that Tian had managed to control both of his abilities, which left him quite surprised. Lady Lily went on to explain to Tian that his special abilities would be 20% stronger than others who held the same rank. But, she added, this strength came at a cost. Tian would need to put in more effort than his peers if he wanted to surpass them. It was a challenge, but Lady Lily believed in Tian's potential. Upon hearing Lady Lily's explanation, Tian Hen felt a surge of excitement. He realized that having his abilities appear weaker than they truly were could give him a tactical advantage. He could deceive his enemies into underestimating him, thinking he was just a level 10 when he possessed much greater strength. Understanding Tian's perspective, acknowledged the advantage of his unpredictability. However, she also wanted something in return for keeping his secret. She cautioned Tian that unless it was a matter of life and death, he should refrain from using his dark special abilities, promising that he would only resort to them when absolutely necessary. Lady Lily went on to explain that the dark special abilities were frowned upon by the entire Holy Alliance. She wanted Tian to keep them under wraps to avoid unnecessary complications. Tian agreed to Lady Lily's conditions, understanding the importance of maintaining secrecy around his unique and potent abilities. Upon hearing Lady Lily's conditions, Tian Hen began to feel the pressure, beads of sweat forming on his forehead. He expressed his understanding, mentioning that he was still on probation as an operative of the Holy Alliance and didn't want to waste this opportunity. Having a better understanding of Tian Hen now, expressed that she didn't want to become his enemy, if possible. In response, feeling a sense of connection, reached out and gently grabbed Lady Lily's shoulder. In a moment of sincerity, he complimented her, acknowledging her beauty. Lady Lily reciprocated by grabbing his hand. Acknowledging the need to leave, Lady Lily suggested that Tian Hen should go, considering his father might be worried. Before parting ways, moved by the encounter, kissed Lady Lily on the forehead, expressing his genuine admiration. He told her that she truly deserved the title of Holy Lady. Just as this moment unfolded, Tian Hen's father arrived. They expressed their gratitude to Lady Lily and took their leave. A month had passed, and Tian Hen made a surprising discovery about his spatial ability. It could both rupture and exhibit telekinesis. On the other hand, his dark special ability only possessed the attribute of corruption. Contemplating his newfound capabilities, decided to leave the next day. Upon hearing this decision, his mother felt a tinge of sadness at his early departure. Concerned for his well-being, Tian's mother suggested that he visit the Holy Lady before leaving, acknowledging the help she had provided. Following his mother's advice, Tian Hen made his way to the Holy Lady's abode. Perceptive as ever, welcomed Tian inside. Aware that he had come to bid farewell and leave the village, she felt a sense of hesitation, possibly due to the impact his departure might have on her. She received him graciously. A conversation unfolded, marked by the unspoken understanding that Tian Hen was about to embark on a journey, and Lady Lily couldn't help but be affected by it. Tian Hen opened up to Lady Lily, explaining that he needed to leave because training outside the village would pave the way for him to achieve greater heights. Despite feeling a bit sad, supportive of Tian Hen's future goals, agreed with his decision. Curious about her well-being, Tian Hen asked Lady Lily if she would feel bored staying at the front line without any entertainment. She laughed off the concern, assuring him that she would be fine. However, her tone shifted to seriousness as she reminded Tian Hen that they both had their own dreams to pursue. With a sincere expression, she emphasized that as friends, they shouldn't worry too much about each other, but instead focus on their individual aspirations. Curious about Lady Lily's decision, asked her why she wasn't joining the Holy Alliance, considering her strong cultivation base. Lady Lily responded with laughter, explaining that she found fulfillment in helping where she was. She expressed her belief that Tian Hen would soon become as strong as her. As Tian Hen bid his farewells and started to leave, perhaps feeling a sense of reluctance, attempted to stop him. Her words seemed to get stuck in her mouth, and she remained silent, unable to convey what she might have wanted to say. Tian Hen returned to Mid-Thunder, the central hub where he could access the planet Damon as mentioned before. While casually sipping on juice there, Tian Hen noticed a group of men in suits bullying another person, kicking and mistreating him. Among them was a fat man, and it became apparent that the victim had allegedly stolen a SIM card from the fat man, prompting the violent retaliation. The situation escalated when wielding a baseball bat, prepared to strike the alleged thief's hand. Just in the nick of time, Tian Hen intervened, kicking the fat man and sending him flying. Determined to stand up against the bullies, Tian Hen faced them all. Witnessing Tian Hen's intervention, the alleged thief clung to Tian Hen's leg, tearfully explaining that these men were attempting to rob him. He emphasized that he had a family to care for, including a baby. Now back on his feet, the fat man demanded to know who Tian Hen was and how he had the audacity to intervene in the situation. Frustrated and angered, commanded his men to attack Tian Hen. The suited men, under the orders of the fat boss, swiftly pulled out their handguns. It became apparent to Tian Hen that these firearms were illegal. Reacting to the threat, the fat man ordered his men to open fire, but to everyone's surprise, it was as if an invisible force held their bodies in place. Taking advantage of the confusion, Tian Hen swiftly appeared behind the fat and struck him down with his knife. In the midst of this, One of the suited men shot the thief boy in the shoulder. Tian Hen asked if he was all right, and the injured boy assured him that he was fine. Fueled by anger, on the verge of using his dark power, suddenly remembered Lady Lily's promise. Instead, he grabbed the injured thief boy and swiftly flew outside the city, avoiding further confrontation and danger. Now in a safe place outside the city, the thankful thief boy expressed his gratitude to Tian Hen for saving him. Tian Hen inquired about how Feng Yuan ended up with his wind-type special abilities, but Feng Yuan seemed unaware of what Tian Hen was talking about. Upon introducing himself as a local hero and orphan, placed his hand on Feng Yuan's shoulder, and declared that Feng Yuan would now accompany him. This announcement caught Feng Yuan off guard, and he began to sweat, pleading with Tian Hen to let him go. They walked towards the city. In the city streets, Feng Yuan noticed a couple of police officers. Seeing an opportunity, he ran towards them, and falsely claimed that Tian Hen had tried to rob him. The cops, intrigued, inquired about Tian Hen's whereabouts. Tian Hen pulled out a beautiful crystal, perhaps holding a secret or power. Upon seeing the crystal, the demeanor of both cops changed from rudeness to respect. They apologized, addressing Tian Hen as an honorable manipulator. Witnessing this, Feng Yuan became even more shocked and confused. Taking control of the situation, Tian Hen pointed towards Feng Yuan, indicating that he had business with him. The cops acknowledged and apologized once again, agreeing to do their duty. Mockingly praising Feng Yuan for going to the police, Tian Hen remarked that it was a wise move. Feng Yuan yelled that he wanted to be alone and free, questioning why Tian Hen was involving him in all this. In response, Tian Hen assured Feng Yuan that he wouldn't force him to become an apprentice, but expressed a desire for friendship. Tian Hen revealed his spatial abilities and proposed that they could explore the world together. The offer lingered in the air, presenting a new path for Feng Yuan to consider. Tian Hen complimented Feng Yuan on his extraordinary resilience, emphasizing that he had the freedom to stay or leave, and Tian wouldn't force him. Choosing to leave, departed willingly. As Tian Hen walked away, a few seconds later, he heard Feng Yuan's screams from behind. Tian Hen witnessed Feng Yuan being chased by a group of people. Feng Yuan screamed that he would stay with Tian if he saved him. With a smile on his face, Tian Hen asked Feng Yuan if he would stay with him if Tian saved him. Tearfully scared, Feng Yuan yelled affirmatively, expressing his willingness to stay. Tian Hen swiftly took down all the pursuers. The sudden defeat of the chasers left the remaining ones in fear, prompting them to retreat. Tian Hen's quick and powerful intervention secured Feng Yuan's safety, and with a newfound commitment, Feng Yuan chose to stay by Tian Hen's side. Witnessing Tian Hen's display of power as he effortlessly blasted away the remaining pursuers, Feng Yuan was both shocked and amazed. The unexpected strength of Tian Hen's abilities left Feng Yuan excited. Overwhelmed by curiosity, he eagerly requested Tian Hen to teach him that impressive and pledged to follow him. Discerning Feng Yuan's request, questioned whether he wanted to learn such abilities to make stealing easier. Feng Yuan clarified that he could fend for himself, but struggled with a bad reputation. Despite being able to feed himself, he explained that he often faced blame for thefts in the vicinity, regardless of his innocence. In response, Tian Hen inquired about Feng Yuan's skills as a thief, probing to understand his capabilities. Feng Yuan admitted that stealing anything valuable had become challenging due to the prevalence of high-tech equipment. In response, Tian Hen asked if Feng Yuan had ever cultivated universal qi before. Feng Yuan had only heard of it but never tried. Touched by Feng Yuan's situation, Tian Hen promised to gift him the technique for cultivating universal qi in the future. Upon hearing this, Feng Yuan was amazed at how easily Tian Hen placed such trust in him. Overwhelmed with gratitude, tears welled up in Feng Yuan's eyes as he realized that nobody had ever treated him with such kindness before. As they reached the transport hub road, Tian Hen shared his plan with Feng Yuan. He explained that he intended to go to a place called Royal Gold, where many renowned manipulators with spatial-type special abilities resided. Tian Hen hoped to find someone there who could guide him in honing his skills. He assured Feng Yuan that he would seek out a suitable teacher for him once Feng Yuan's universal qi could store his special abilities. Feng Yuan asked if Tian Hen had already met someone in Royal Gold who could potentially teach him. Tian Hen responded that it was more of an attempt, acknowledging that they might not even pay him any attention. Concerned about their journey, Feng Yuan inquired if Tian Hen had enough money for transportation. Upon hearing this question, Tian Hen stared at Feng Yuan, perhaps realizing a potential issue with their travel arrangements. Feeling a bit worried after Tian Hen's stare, Feng Yuan admitted that he didn't have enough money for transportation. Tian Hen chuckled and assured him, stating that being a manipulator, he would find a way to get the money they needed. Placing a comforting hand on Feng Yuan's shoulder, Tian Hen expressed that they were meant to be friends, even resembling each other in some ways. Confused by this statement, listened as they continued walking. Their journey was interrupted by three peculiar individuals wearing masks and red capes. Tian Hen suspected them to be Feng Yuan's enemies, but Feng Yuan claimed not to know them. Deciding to ignore the masked men, Tian Hen and Feng Yuan kept walking. Unfortunately, one of the masked figures stopped them, demanding to know which one of them was from the Holy Alliance. Curious and cautious, Tian Hen asked the masked men what they wanted. One of them extended his hand, ominously stating that they would soon find out, then gripped it tightly. Suddenly, Tian Hen felt the presence of two gigantic Titan skeletons emerging behind him. Reacting swiftly, Tian Hen evaded the attack by leaping to the side. It became clear to him that these individuals were dark special abilities users, and they were there for Feng Yuan and him. The Titan skeletons created a slamming down again, this time targeting Tian Hen. Skillfully, he dodged the attack, realizing the need to escape the fog. Tian Hen noticed another masked man attempting to seize him from behind. Unfortunately, it seemed like the masked man was successful in his attempt to grab hold of Tian Hen. The situation escalated as the struggle continued within the enveloping fog. With Feng Yuan on his knees, one of the masked men pointed toward him, seeking direction from the boss masked man holding Tian Hen. The boss decided they should kill Feng Yuan, sending him into a panic as he pleaded for his life. Tian Hen shouted that Feng Yuan wasn't from the Holy Alliance, urging them to let him go and promising to go with them. In response, the boss masked man, referred to as 3, ordered the other masked man to restrain both Tian Hen and Feng Yuan. They planned to bring them back and wait for the marquise' orders. Using dark-type restraints on Tian Hen, the masked men were unaware that their efforts were futile against him. Despite being restrained, Tian Hen played along, biding his time for an opportunity to turn the situation in their favor. Realizing that outright resistance wouldn't be effective at the moment, focused on understanding their motives, a lady sat on a couch, praising the masked men for capturing the manipulator. The masked men addressed her as marquise. The marquise looked towards Tian Hen and Feng Yuan, instructing Tian Hen to open his eyes, as she saw through his pretense of being unconscious. Following her command, Tian Hen complied. Observing Tian Hen's compliance, the leader of the masked men, perhaps feeling deceived, punched his companions. Tian Hen noted that leaving him conscious could endanger them, as it could reveal their location. As the masked leader asked for forgiveness, the marquis dismissed them and ordered a month's worth of punishment for their deception. The masked men left, presumably to face the consequences. Approaching Tian Hen, the marquis lifted him up and, studying his expression, commented on his strong will, noting that others might have readily succumbed to her charms. Tian Hen swiftly pulled out a knife and deliberately stabbed himself in the legs. The marquis questioned his actions. Tian Hen explained that without inflicting wounds on himself, he wouldn't be able to resist the marquise's seduction-type ability. He expressed his desire to communicate with her plainly. Tian Hen questioned the marquis about their shared roots, expressing confusion about why they were pursuing each other. Thinking Tian Hen was a special ability user from the Holy Alliance, appeared perplexed. Emitting a dark force, Tian Hen disclosed that he wasn't just a spatial-type special ability user. He was also a dark-type special ability user, similar to the marquis. Unexpectedly, the marquise knelt and declared herself at Tian Hen's service. Puzzled by the sudden change in attitude, couldn't comprehend why she referred to him as master. Touching the stab wound on Tian Hen's leg, the marquise questioned if he had forgotten his own identity. She explained that once, dark-type users were incredibly powerful, scattered throughout the Alliance, and there was no fear of the Holy Alliance. Everything changed 20 years ago, when the old master disappeared. The marquis continued her explanation, detailing how dark-type special ability users turned against each other, leading to the formation of various factions. She described the oppression they faced from the Holy Alliance, pushing them to the brink of annihilation. Curious about her certainty regarding him being their master, Tian Hen questioned the marquis. In response, she recounted a prophecy left by their old master. He had foretold that when darkness and space combined, the new master would descend. Believing that Tian Hen possessed both dark and spatial abilities, the marquis was convinced that he was the prophesied new master. Tian Hen responded, expressing a rough understanding of the marquise's situation, but asserting that he wasn't strong enough to participate in the world of type special abilities. The marquis grew suspicious, wondering if Tian Hen might be a spy sent by the Holy Alliance. This accusation unsettled Tian Hen, prompting him to ask the marquise how he could prove his identity as the young master she claimed. In response, the marquis proposed a small test. If Tian Hen was truly the successor of the old master, his blood should carry the proof. The marquis's wings unfurled, and she flew close to Tian Hen, requesting to taste his blood as a means of verification. As the marquis moved to bite Tian Hen's neck, a dark aura figure materialized behind him, emanating anger. The figure scolded the marquise for her greed, asserting that she had known from Tian Hen's aura that he was the master all along. Despite this knowledge, she still attempted to take his blood to replace him. Hearing the accusation, the marquis dropped to her knees, pleading for forgiveness from the master. The dark aura figure declared that the marquise's only penalty would be death. Begging for a chance, the marquis offered to give up her soul. The dark figure agreed, acknowledging the marquise's contributions to the dark world. The dark figure instructed the marquis to give up her soul, and from that moment, Tian Hen would be her master forever. The arrangement was clear. If Tian Hen lived, upon waking up in a room, Tian Hen felt a bit disoriented, his head heavy with the fog of forgotten memories after the marquis attempted to bite his neck. He noticed the marquis. She informed Tian Hen that she had some gifts for him, emphasizing that he must accept them, presenting Tian Hen with an artificial skin armor suit and a ring possessing the ability to control low-level individuals, making them run errands on his behalf. The marquise extended these offerings. Tian Hen accepted the gifts. Following this, the marquis mentioned her intention to teach Tian Hen the summoning technique for dark-type special abilities. Tian Hen inquired about the technique. With a display of respect, the marquis explained that it was a method to summon her. Now in the city with Feng Yuan, Tian Hen noticed his friend's confusion about the recent events, opting for a fabricated story, explained the situation to Feng Yuan, and urged him to quickly purchase tickets to Royal Gold. Advising Feng Yuan to buy his own ticket, Tian Hen's words stirred emotions in his friend. Moved by the moment, shared his aspiration to become successful, marry a wealthy woman, and eventually break ties with Tian Hen. Caught off guard, awkwardly laughed in response. 2 hours later, Tian Hen found himself waiting outside the washroom for Feng Yuan. Feng Yuan rushed out of the washroom, exhilarated, and shared with Tian Hen that he had met his dream girl, exchanging IDs with her. A bit skeptical, questioned if the girl had suggested the ID exchange, pointing out the importance of such documents. Confident in his charm, believed the girl was desperate for him. Tian Hen checked Feng Yuan's status and discovered that his balance was now 0. Realizing he had been deceived, Feng Yuan broke down in tears, understanding that the girl had stolen from him. On the other side, a man named Tian Qi was with a girl named Carrie. Unbeknownst to Feng Yuan, Carrie was the same girl who had taken advantage of him. As they boarded the train, a sudden loud boom echoed through the air, shattering a window. When Tian Qi turned to investigate, he found Tian Hen and Feng Yuan there. Carrie, the girl who had stolen from Feng Yuan, attempted to feign innocence in front of him, not falling for her act, demanded the return of his life savings and stressed the importance of the money to him. Tian Hen joined the conversation, suggesting Carrie return the money if she valued her life. Carrie questioned if Tian Hen was threatening her. Tian Qi attacked Tian Hen from behind. Evading the attack effortlessly, Tian Hen leaped behind Tian Qi and delivered a powerful leg strike. Despite the force of the blow, it proved ineffective against Tian Qi's robust defense. Tian Hen swiftly drew out his knife, leaving Tian Qi in shock that a contraband weapon had been brought aboard the transport vessel. Tian Qi challenged Tian Hen, proposing that if he could defeat him barehanded, he would return the money. Carrie attempted to use her universal QI to seduce Tian Hen, but to her surprise, it had no effect on him. Tian Hen accepted Tian Qi's challenge for a barehanded fight, specifying that if he emerged victorious, the stolen money would have to be returned to Feng Yuan. As Tian Qi introduced himself, he charged towards Tian Hen, setting the stage for a tense and high-stakes confrontation on the transport vessel. Tian Hen skillfully dodged Tian Qi's attack and swiftly counterattacked from behind, delivering a powerful blow that shattered Tian Qi's defense. Blood dripped from Tian Qi's back. Seeing his condition, expressed concern. Instructing Carrie to go with Feng Yuan and return the money, Tian Qi urged them to follow her for the transfer. As they prepared to move, a group of guards arrived, halting their progress. The guards inquired about the individual responsible for damaging the facilities in the vicinity. Without hesitation, pointed at Tian Hen, accusing him of attempting to rob them. Upon hearing this, the leader of the guards instructed his companions to arrest Tian Hen. Reacting swiftly, Tian Hen revealed a stunning green crystal. This unexpected turn left Tian Qi, Feng Yuan, and Carrie in shock. Tian Hen then commanded the guards to disperse, and they obeyed without hesitation. Tian Qi found himself puzzled as to why Tian Hen didn't expose them, especially when he had control over the guards. Tian Hen responded, stating that he held no grudge against them. In fact, he respected their ability to deceive Feng Yuan. Upon hearing this, Tian Qi expressed gratitude, assuring Tian Hen that they would never forget his mercy and would strive to repay it in the future. As the announcement came that the vessel would soon jump to Royal Gold, Tian Hen acknowledged the need to leave. He reminded Tian Qi to return the money. Tian Qi assured him that he would. On the Royal Gold planet, Feng Yuan inquired of Tian Hen how they would go about finding the Moor Controller. Tian Hen explained that the Moor Controller had a name, so they should inquire with the local government. Heading to the Royal Gold Government Center, Tian Hen approached the receptionist and asked about the Moor Controller. The receptionist informed him that the controllers resided in Royal Gold's Dream Forest, suggesting he try his luck. Tian Hen expressed gratitude and left. As he departed, onlookers wondered why so many people sought the attention of the old man Moor, and what made him so intriguing. At the entrance of the Dream Forest, Feng Yuan suggested sneaking in without purchasing tickets, warned against it, but Feng Yuan didn't listen and leaped over the gate. Instantly, guards threw him back. Now inside, Tian Hen utilized his universal qi to pull Feng Yuan along. Feng Yuan, unfamiliar with flying, got dragged like a ragdoll. As Tian Hen zipped across the forest, he became distracted by a fiery sparrow, causing him to lose focus and collide with a tree. Having recovered from the collision with the tree, noticed Feng Yuan lying on the ground, visibly hurt and in a sorry state. A month passed as they continued walking through the forest. One day, Tian Hen heard voices ahead, and upon investigation, they encountered a man who complained about being out of supplies and hoped to find traders or tourists. Approaching the man, Tian Hen and Feng Yuan learned that he was starving. When asked if they had any food, Tian Hen regretfully replied that they only had a single nutrient solution left. Snatched the solution and hastily consumed it, only to realize it tasted disgusting. Observing Feng Yuan, the old man remarked that he smelled as if he had fallen into a cesspit. Upon hearing the remark about his smell, Feng Yuan defensively sniffed himself and angrily questioned the man for cursing him. Tian Hen intervened, calming Feng Yuan down, and they decided to leave. However, the man, desperate and in tears, accused them of being murderers, claiming he was awaiting his death. Stopping in his tracks, reminded the man that they had already given him their last nutrient solution. He then inquired if the man had received a pager from the Forest of Dream caretaker. The man continued to cry, explaining that he was poor and couldn't afford it. Tian Hen's heart softened a bit, prompting him to use his radio phone to contact the Forest of Dream caretaker and request assistance for the starving old man. Upon hearing that they could make it to the designated place, they decided to head to the nearest supply depot, which happened to be about a kilometer away. While Tian Hen continued assisting the man, Feng Yuan expressed his intention to leave, stating that he was going. Tian Hen inquired about the old man's ability to move, to which he affirmed. Tian Hen began walking and assured the man that he would carry him. Tian Hen mentioned that he knew how to fly, ensuring a quick journey to the supply depot. With the old man securely in Tian Hen's arms, they soared through the sky. Witnessing Tian Hen's adept flying skills, acknowledged his proficiency in the technique. They eventually arrived at the Forest of Dreams supply depot. Upon reaching the depot, they were warmly welcomed and offered delicious food. Upon seeing the food, both Feng Yuan and the old man enthusiastically began to vie for it. Despite the initial skirmish, they all managed to eat to their satisfaction and relished the meal. The banter between the old man and Feng Yuan persisted. Following their meal, a patrol vehicle rolled in, and a patrol officer emerged, inquiring if Tian Hen and his group needed any assistance. Tian informed the officer that the old man required help. To their surprise, upon looking around, the old man was nowhere to be found. Suddenly emerging from the jungle, the old man appeared transformed, exuding strength and confidence. Witnessing his arrival, the patrol officer respectfully addressed him as Master. To everyone's surprise, the old man was none other than Master Moore from the Royal Gold Holy Alliance. Feng Yuan was taken aback, while Tian Hen was genuinely impressed. Despite Feng Yuan's initial worry about potential revenge for his earlier rudeness, he decided to show respect to Master Moore by offering his apologies. However, Master Moore, being perceptive, was pleased with Feng Yuan. He had already deduced Feng Yuan's identity and found him to be a noble and wise person. Tian Hen then took the opportunity to introduce himself to Master Moore, who responded by acknowledging that he was already aware of Tian Hen's identity. Master Moore inquired about how Tian Hen knew about Lord Mo's special ability. Tian Hen explained that they weren't aware of Master Moore's abilities initially. They simply wished for him to become their mentor. Master Moore responded, stating that he doesn't easily accept apprentices, especially considering that Feng Yuan doesn't appear to be affiliated with the Holy Alliance. He was willing to give them a chance, thanks to the food they provided. Feng Yuan and Tian Hen felt a mixture of happiness and relief upon hearing this. Master Moore then informed them that they needed to pass a test, emphasizing that he had yet to take on apprentices below level 15. He instructed them to get into the vehicle, while recognizing the challenges ahead, contemplating the difficulty of the task. Despite the anticipated challenges, he resolved to push through and become stronger. Another Forest of Dreams patrol officer emerged from the vehicle and greeted Controller Moore. They all boarded the ship, leaving Tian Hen and Feng Yuan puzzled about how Master Moore could get lost in his own forest. Master Moore chuckled, revealing that he had been playfully trailing them in the forest, and he appeared more seasoned in his current state. Throughout the journey, Master Moore engaged in playful banter with Shi Ya, occasionally flirting, which left Feng Yuan feeling a bit uneasy. Suddenly a shield opened up, and two guards sternly warned the controlled ship to turn back or face consequences, deeming it an enemy ship. Tensions rose as they resisted, but the situation clarified, revealing that it was Controller Moore's doing. The ship dropped off Master Moore and the others, with Shi Ya departing in it. Controller Moore became emotional, expressing deep feelings for her. Shi Ya washed her hands, finding Master Moore's behavior unbearable and weird, even deeming him a pervert. A patrol officer agreed, suggesting that Tian Hen and Feng Yuan were in for an interesting experience staying with Master Moore. Back in the forest, Master Moore instructed his men, Luo and Mo Ya, to test Tian Hen and Feng Yuan. If they failed, they were to send them back. Master Moore declared that they would undergo a third-level test, surprising Luo and Mo Ya. Despite their shock, Master Moore was resolute. Luo guided Tian Hen and Feng Yuan towards the test destination, explaining that their special abilities needed to be at least level 15 to pass the challenging third-level test. Tian Hen felt disheartened, contemplating leaving altogether. Angered by the difficulty of the test, expressed frustration, suggesting that if Master Moore wanted them to leave, he should have been upfront about it. Mocking Master Moore, Feng Yuan questioned why he didn't sense the elder-like demeanor in his actions. Taking the matter seriously, silenced Feng Yuan. Feng Yuan then inquired why Luo couldn't perceive the elder-like qualities in Master Moore's behavior. A manipulator at level 18 explained that Teacher Moore used to be different in the past, harboring deep love and respect for every special ability user. Something happened that altered his temperament. 18 years ago, Teacher Moore's only son possessed an ability rapidly approaching that of a controller. Mo Ao's future in the Holy Alliance seemed he was the strongest spatial-type special ability user after Teacher Moore. In just a few decades, Mo Ao was poised to become the new judge, making his father immensely proud. Mo Ao's life took a turn when he fell in love with a woman who possessed a dark-type special ability. This led to constant arguments between father and son, as Mo Ao insisted on marrying the woman he loved. Despite the pain it caused him, Moore had no choice but to silently accept his son's decision. Just 1 year later, Mo Ao and his wife, who had recently given birth, Moore was utterly heartbroken, consumed by grief. The loss of his son fueled deep resentment towards dark-type special ability users. This profound sorrow led to a drastic change in his temperament, causing him to retaliate and engage in widespread massacres. Upon hearing this, Tian Hen realized the reason why the royal gold planet had no dark-type special ability users. Curious about the fate of the baby Mo Ao's wife delivered, he inquired. Luo replied that they didn't know. Perhaps they were killed by other dark-type special ability users. Expressing understanding of Master Mo's situation, Luo hoped that Tian Hen and Feng Yuan wouldn't harbor any resentment towards Teacher Mo, now that they knew the painful history. Tian Hen acknowledged that he now understood the difficult past of Master Mo, expressing gratitude to Luo and the others for sharing the story. Feng Yuan, too, realized his earlier misjudgment of Master Mo's character and acknowledged the hardships he had faced. Luo then inquired if they still wished to proceed with the test. Tian replied affirmatively and asked for Luo's opinion on their capability. Luo, observing them, expressed his belief that miracles are born from perseverance. He noted their resilience and conveyed confidence that they could conjure up a miracle. Luo suggested training before the test, since Teacher Mo hadn't specified a time frame. Tian Hen and Feng Yuan were initially puzzled, prompting Luo to clarify that they could use the time to train and then undertake the test when they felt ready. Upon hearing Luo's suggestion about training, Tian Hen and Feng Yuan became genuinely excited. Curious about Feng Yuan's training, questioned Luo since he was a wind-type special ability user while they were both spatial types. Luo reassured them that they had their methods. Meanwhile, from the bushes, Master Mo observed the unfolding events, feeling a bit concerned about why he had shared his past with Tian Hen and Feng Yuan. Despite his worries, Master Mo saw similarities between Tian Hen and his son Mo Ao, envisioning the Holy Alliance reaching greater heights with their arrival. Following the seniors, Feng Yuan and Tian Hen arrived at a beautiful pond. Luo, noticing Feng Yuan's odor, suggested he take a shower in the pond before resting. He informed them that their training would commence the next day. Feng Yuan and Tian Hen enjoyed a refreshing dip in the water, playing around in the pond. While in the water, Feng Yuan, impressed by Tian Hen's physique, offered to help rub his back, but Tian Hen politely declined. After their shower, they both slept in the cabin. The next morning their seniors arrived, waking them up and providing Tian Hen and Feng Yuan with fighting clothes. After changing, Mo Ya directed Feng Yuan to accompany him, while Tian Hen joined Luo. They were taken to a training ground where Luo explained that Tian Hen would focus on improving his combat skills. Luo emphasized that true mastery of special abilities could only be achieved through combat. As Tian Hen followed Luo to begin his training, he prepared himself for the challenges ahead. Tian Hen anticipated sparring with Luo for practice, but to his surprise, Luo introduced another sparring partner, a massive ape named Lil White, emerged with loud roars and chest beating, emanating a formidable aura. Realizing Lil White was a holy beast with immense strength, Tian Hen understood the challenge ahead. Luo departed, cautioning Tian Hen that Lil White was nearly as formidable as himself. Tian Hen strategized, realizing he could match Lil White by relying on his agility while suspended in the air, giving him an advantage. As Tian Hen contemplated his approach, Lil White swiftly closed in, attempting to smash him. Thinking on his feet, Tian Hen dodged the attack and countered with a well-timed punch, showcasing his agility and quick thinking in the face of Lil White's strength. Upon delivering the counterpunch, Tian Hen found himself propelled into the trees due to immense back. Recognizing Lil White's formidable defense, he understood that no matter how he attacked, Lil White could deflect him, putting Tian Hen at a disadvantage. As Lil White charged towards him again, Tian Hen braced for impact. Their fists collided in a powerful clash, and seizing the opportunity, Tian Hen unleashed spatial rapture, managing to injure Lil White's arm. Witnessing this, marveled at Tian Hen's accomplishment. Infuriated, Lil White roared in anger and retaliated with a palm attack. Realizing he couldn't avoid the impending strike, prepared for the impact. While Tian Hen faced the intense confrontation with Lil White, Feng Yuan was engaged in rigorous training of his own. Battling a formidable wolf-like beast, Feng Yuan found himself struggling and eventually overwhelmed. Attempting to escape, he stumbled and lost consciousness. Witnessing Feng Yuan's condition, lifted him over his shoulder and informed the beast wolf that they would bring Feng Yuan back for treatment. Back at Tian Hen's training ground, he skillfully dodged Lil White's massive palm, surprising even himself. The evasive maneuver caused Lil White to fly into a complete rage, prompting it to unleash its special ability, spatial binding. Tian Hen found himself immobilized by Lil White's spatial binding, their abilities proving to be significantly mismatched. Bound and unable to move, he passed out after enduring just one strike from Lil White. Fortunately, the holy ether was present and Tian Hen quickly regained consciousness. His physique remained unharmed. Curious about Tian Hen's resilience, Luo inquired if he had some form of protection, considering he emerged unscathed from Lil White's powerful blow. Reluctant to reveal the details, prompting Luo to refrain from further questioning. Knowing that Tian Hen had some form of protection, the decision was made to intensify his training further. Determined and prepared for another round of training, faced Lil White once more during the next session. Tian Hen demonstrated remarkable progress by enduring 3 blows from Lil White. His determination and quick improvement. As night fell, Tian Hen geared up for a 4th training session, standing face to face with Lil White. His primary goal was to break free from Lil White's binding. The fight commenced, and Lil White, roaring in anger, cast the binding spell on Tian Hen. Bound once again, Tian Hen had a realization. Just as he recognized it, Lil White charged towards him, delivering a powerful punch to Tian Hen's stomach, causing him to spit. After enduring the powerful blow from Lil White, Tian Hen realized he could track Lil White's movements using the cultivation of universal qi. When Lil White prepared for another attack, loading up his fists with full force, Tian Hen implemented his newfound awareness. As the dust settled, there was no trace of Tian Hen where Lil White had struck. Shocked by the sudden disappearance, began searching around. To Lil White's surprise, Tian Hen was spotted sitting unharmed on top of a. Tian Hen had successfully evaded Lil White's binding, leaving the giant ape bewildered by the unexpected turn of events. Upon witnessing Tian Hen's remarkable escape, both Mo Ya and Luo were left in shock and confusion, unable to comprehend how he had achieved such a feat. Consumed by anger, continued to roar and charge towards Tian Hen despite Luo's attempts to call him back. As the situation intensified, Tian Hen's foot slipped on the cliff, causing him to fall. Sensing a potential loss of consciousness, both seniors acted swiftly, grabbing Tian Hen in midair. Observing the situation, realized that Tian Hen had employed teleportation, a sophisticated spatial type ability. This revelation left Luo pondering how Tian Hen had achieved such enlightenment in such a short span. Luo eagerly anticipated witnessing the extent of Tian Hen's progress, and how much he could enhance his capabilities. Feng Yuan faced tougher days without the protection of artificial skin, concluding each day with numerous battle scars. He contemplated giving up until he grasped the intricacies of the wind shield, finding renewed motivation to persevere. Feng Yuan successfully combined the strength of his wind-type special ability with his flying skills, achieving newfound speed that even Tian Hen struggled to match. With a deep understanding of the wind shield and wind blade, Feng Yuan could engage in prolonged battles against the wind wolf, showcasing his improved skills and determination. A year had passed, and both Tian Hen and Feng Yuan were genuinely delighted with the gains and skills acquired through their rigorous training. Almost unable to believe the transformation, asked Tian Hen to pinch him. A firm pinch reassured Feng Yuan that it was indeed a reality. Tian Hen expressed his happiness about their newfound strength, acknowledging the significant contribution of their two seniors. Feng Yuan concurred, highlighting his impressive progress from level 2 to 6 in just a year, attributing it to his perceived genius. Mo Ya and Luo joined the conversation, with Mo Ya playfully teasing Feng Yuan about forgetting the numerous times he had broken his ribs during training. Delighted to see their seniors, jokingly inquired if they were there to provide another training session. Luo responded, stating that it wasn't necessary anymore since both Lil White and the Wind Wolf were now afraid of Tian Hen and Feng Yuan, acknowledging their formidable abilities. Appreciating the compliment, mentioned that the beasts were so strong that they had to bring their best effort to face them. Curious about their progress, Tian Hen inquired if their training period had concluded, and if they could now attempt Controller Moore's test. Mo Ya replied affirmatively, expressing confidence in their significant improvement and readiness to take on the challenge. Luo proceeded to explain the details of the test to both Tian Hen and Feng Yuan. He began by asking if they understood why spatial-type special ability users rarely left the Royal Gold. To elaborate, Luo shared that among the 700 planets in the entire galaxy, only about 100 had spatial-type special ability users, and most of them were concentrated on the Royal Gold. He clarified that these special ability users were there for a reason, to guard something known as the Hall of the Demon Immortal. Luo clarified that the name was a result of a shoddy translation, and that the hall existed long before humans and their interpretations. As for the builder of the Hall of the Demon Immortal, no one has ever been able to figure it out. The hall is divided into 9 levels, all located underground, each containing mysterious yet extraordinary powers. The Great Elder once mentioned that within the Demon Immortal Hall lies a power capable of bestowing immortality upon anyone. Despite the combined strength of the 5 judges, they couldn't unravel the mystery. Their progress reached the 7th level, but they were unable to break through to the 8th. No one has succeeded in surpassing the challenges of the 8th. Even with the combined strength of several judges, equivalent to that of an immortal armada, they found themselves powerless against the Hall of the Demon Immortal. To obliterate the hall, one would need to destroy the entire planet, and at its core lies a dwarf star where no life can exist. Surprisingly, no weapon in the Galactic Alliance's arsenal could ever bring harm to Royal Gold. Despite being just a 10-kilometer dwarf star at its core, Royal Gold remains shrouded in mystery. Luo added that inside the Hall of the Demon Immortals, there are numerous strange writings that they haven't been able to fully comprehend. They've managed to translate small portions of it over time. In every level of the hall, a giant statue stands, concealing a hidden entrance to the next floor behind it. As long as individuals possess the strength, they should proceed to the deepest level. Each level of the hall presents a test more challenging than the last. Teacher Moore's request for Tian Hen and Feng Yuan is to pass the first 3 levels. Luo assured Tian Hen and Feng Yuan not to worry, explaining that the suppression in the hall won't lethally harm intruders. A mysterious energy will safely send them back if the hall deems their strength insufficient for the test. Hearing the assurance from Luo, Tian Hen and Feng Yuan felt relieved and determined to succeed in the upcoming tests. Impressed by their energy, the seniors suggested they rest for the day as the tests would commence the next day. Tian Hen insisted on starting immediately. In response, Luo, with a mischievous smile, agreed to fulfill their wishes by testing the results of their training. To their surprise, Luo summoned a formidable creature, the Wind Wolf. The beast growled loudly, emanating an intimidating presence. Both Feng Yuan and Tian Hen were shocked and worried at the sight of this powerful creature. Luo then instructed them to head straight to the ground and be cautious because the Wind Wolf was now fully assembled. The Wind Wolf stood there, radiating anger and rage, ready to launch an attack. Witnessing this, Feng Yuan positioned himself in front of Tian Hen, urging him to seek cover behind his protective windshield. The Wind Wolf unleashed a powerful attack, causing a crack to form in the windshield. Observing this, Tian Hen began channeling his Azure Feather Mixed Elemental Strike. As the wolf charged towards Tian Hen, he activated the Elemental Strike, freezing the wolf in place. Now frozen, used a teleportation spell to appear near Feng Yuan and attempted to launch an attack on him. Upon seeing the Wind Wolf's attack, skillfully dodged and countered with the Windblade Tempest Slash. The Wind Wolf employed spatial distortion to neutralize Feng Yuan's Windblade, leaving him impressed by the wolf's abilities. Feng Yuan then concentrated energy in his right hand, suggesting it was time to use the move they had discussed earlier. Tian Hen agreed, simultaneously channeling his elemental strike. They unleashed a combined attack, creating the Windblade Tempest Slash and Spatial Rupture. Upon hearing this, Luo reassured them, stating that the Wind Wolf had undoubtedly given its all in the encounter, and they had performed well. Tian Hen then suggested that immediate medical attention was needed for Feng Yuan, emphasizing the urgency of getting him treated. A few days later, Tian Hen and Feng Yuan found themselves in a house, sharing a meal of fruits. While Feng Yuan was engrossed in eating, asked him why he had risked his life to save him during the training sessions. Tian Hen acknowledged that Feng Yuan had nearly lost his life because of Tian Hen's actions. Feng Yuan, upon hearing this, remained silent for a moment, deep in thought. Tian Hen expressed his understanding, mentioning that even if the Wind Wolf hadn't been chasing him with the power ball, Feng Yuan would likely have tried to save him. Feng Yuan, however, got up and denied the selflessness Tian Hen attributed to him. He asserted that he wasn't as selfless as Tian Hen thought, and then walked outside, suggesting they should head out. Tian Hen grabbed an apple and assured Feng Yuan that he was coming along. Tian Hen inquired if Feng Yuan was prepared to head to the demon Immortal. Feng Yuan replied affirmatively. They might just get swept out again. Alongside the seniors, they took to the air, flying towards the demon Immortal hall. They soon spotted guards ahead and decided to land and greet them. Approaching the guards, they encountered Controller llin and inquired about Tian Hen and Feng Yuan. Luo explained that Teacher Moore had instructed them to undergo the test at the Hall of the Demon Immortal. Teacher llin introduced himself to Tian Hen and Feng Yuan as a level 39 spatial controller. Tian Hen and Feng Yuan introduced themselves, mentioning that they were at level 6. Controller llin, a bit surprised, wondered why manipulators at such a level wanted to enter the Hall of the Demon Immortal. Luo stepped forward, explaining that it was Teacher Moore's orders, and while he couldn't understand why Moore trusted them, he suggested giving them a chance. As they conversed, a strong, freezing aura suddenly emerged, heralding the arrival of a lady with... In a serious tone, she warned llin not to badmouth Teacher Moore ever again. Upon seeing her, llin became a bit nervous and addressed her by the name Wrong. He urged her not to be so serious and attempted to defend himself, but Wrong remained steadfast and started channeling an attack. llin, in response, also began to channel his own attack. The two of them then unleashed their attacks at each other, resulting in a massive explosion. The seniors were shocked by the sudden conflict and couldn't comprehend why they were fighting. As the dust settled, Wrong remained serious and reiterated her warning to llin, emphasizing not to speak ill of Teacher Moore. Recovering from the impact, llin checked with the seniors, who assured him that they were all right. Feng Yuan and Tian Hen hid behind a tree, slightly shocked by the woman's actions, speculating that she might also be a controller. Observing the situation escalating, llin raised his hand, acknowledging his mistake. Wrong accepted his apology, emphasizing how much she disliked people speaking ill of Teacher Moore. With the tension calming down, Tian Hen suggested that they should now leave. Tian Hen and Feng Yuan greeted Controller Wrong. llin then shared that there were 3 spatial controllers on Royal Gold, Wrong and himself. He introduced them to Wrong, specifying that she was a level 42 spatial controller. llin explained that their responsibility was to guard the Hall of the Demon Immortal. Upon reaching the Hall of the Demon Immortal, Tian Hen and Feng Yuan were amazed by its magnificent interior. Tian Hen suddenly felt a strong dragon presence, as if a voice were calling him. An intense magnetic force assaulted Tian Hen's heart, the hall having a profound effect on him. The seniors then guided Tian Hen and Feng Yuan to the entrance of the hall, explaining that they would go inside on their own. They instructed Tian Hen and Feng Yuan to take care of themselves now. Looking down into the deep hole of the hall, Feng Yuan felt it was endless, and Tian Hen was also unsure whether they should jump or fly in. While they contemplated, Wrong unexpectedly pushed them into the hole, and they began free-falling. llin, confused, asked Wrong why she didn't explain to them first. Wrong responded that there was no point in explaining if they were just going to fail in the end. Teacher Moore arrived and praised everyone, acknowledging their great efforts. Teacher Moore was intrigued by observing how Feng Yuan and Tian Hen would fare in that hall. He flirted with Wrong, making her blush. Luo realized that Master didn't want them to pass all 3 levels. He just wanted to test their determination. Tian Hen and Feng Yuan continued free-falling. Tian Hen held Feng Yuan's hand, advising him to concentrate on circulating universal qi and maintain balance. An unusual energy enveloped them, causing them to land safely and gently on the ground. Upon landing, Tian Hen and Feng Yuan prepared themselves for the upcoming battle. They entered a hall adorned with symbols on the walls. When asked about the symbols, Tian Hen admitted not knowing their meaning but stressed the importance of staying focused and exploring ahead. In front of them stood a large, towering, armored statue. Tian Hen recognized it as the statue teacher Luo mentioned. Feng Yuan suggested checking behind the statue for a door, but Tian Hen cautioned against it. Being the first level, they should proceed with caution. He suggested that they should take a moment to observe their surroundings, emphasizing the value of remaining stationary. Feng Yuan agreed with the idea. As Feng took a step, a tile shifted, and something began to materialize in front of them. In response, Feng Yuan unleashed a windblade tempest slash towards the summoning, but it dispersed. Tian Hen and Feng Yuan were visibly shocked. As the summoning completed, 3 spirit warriors appeared, resembling the earlier statue. Feng Yuan recognized that these spirits resembled the statue from before. Tian Hen loaded his spatial deconstruction powerball and hurled it at the spirits, but it passed through them, without any effect. Observing the laser beam passing through them, Tian Hen and Feng Yuan grew concerned as their attacks seemed ineffective. The 3 spirit warriors charged towards them, delivering swift and powerful blows that knocked both of them down. It turned out to be a mental attack, leaving Tian Hen's head feeling like it was about to burst. Feng Yuan was also down, suffering from severe injuries. Tian Hen realized that the universal qi within him was rapidly dissipating, and he couldn't resist much longer. Dark energy began to form around Tian Hen, and then the pain vanished. As the spirits prepared for their next attack, 2 powerful laser beams struck them, creating a forceful blast. A figure stood in the aftermath. Wondering who it was, Tian Hen turned to find Controller Moore himself. Confusion filled Tian Hen as he questioned why Controller Moore was there, and if he intended to end the test because it seemed too challenging for them. Holding the injured and unconscious Feng Yuan, Tian Hen looked at Controller Moore, unsure of the situation. Controller Moore closed his eyes and conveyed that despite the difficulty, Tian Hen had successfully passed the first level. Upon hearing this, Tian Hen was shocked. Master Moore explained that those 3 beings were unbeatable, making the test about willpower and mental strength. Since Feng Yuan had passed out, it meant he had failed. Master Moore then teleported Feng Yuan outside. Tian Hen remained perplexed about why Teacher Moore was still present. With each step the teacher took toward him, he felt an overwhelming killing intent wrapping around him like the powerful presence emanating from Teacher Moore heightened Tian Hen's unease. Teacher Moore charged at Tian Hen, seizing his neck in anger. While holding Tian Hen, Teacher Moore expressed disappointment, stating that he believed Tian Hen had the potential to be a spatial prodigy. Teacher Moore admitted to providing numerous opportunities, but felt he had been wrong about Tian Hen, considering him a repulsive spawn of darkness. As Teacher Moore's gripped, Tian Hen thought it was the end, fearing that his dark special ability had been exposed, and Teacher Moore would put an end to him. Struggling for air, Tian Hen pleaded with Teacher Moore to let him explain. Teacher Moore, blaming Tian Hen's dark energy for his son's death, asserted that the dark being before him was destined to meet the same fate. Tian Hen believed it was the end, memories of his parents and the beautiful Lady Lily flashing before his eyes. His hands dropped, and as Teacher Moore lifted him by the neck, something peculiar started manifesting in Tian Hen's neck. Purple flame. Witnessing this, Teacher Moore was momentarily surprised, thinking Tian Hen was emitting hellfire from within him. Suddenly, Marquise emerged from those flames, stating that she had to save Tian Hen once again. Her appearance shocked who couldn't believe it, given that she had vanished. Marquise clarified that vanishing didn't mean death, and acknowledged Teacher Moore's significant growth. Teacher Moore, in response, activated Windtime Twin in both his hands, expressing disbelief at Marquise's reappearance after a long time. Observing Marquise, Tian Hen urged Teacher Moore to ease off, emphasizing that their encounter wasn't about fighting. She expressed a desire to discuss something important concerning Tian Hen. Despite her plea, Teacher Moore seemed resolved to fight until the end. Marquise clarified that there was no need for hatred or revenge between them, only a difference in beliefs. She explained her intention was merely to play a small part of her role within Tian Hen. Marquise warned Teacher Moore that attacking Tian Hen would result in his demise. Teacher Moore questioned why she would reveal such a weakness. With absolute confidence in Teacher Moore's restraint, urged him to take a closer look at Tian Hen's face. Still perplexed, Teacher Moore witnessed Tian Hen opening his eyes. Marquise pointed out the familiarity in Tian Hen's face, shocking Teacher Moore by revealing that Tian Hen resembled him in his youth. This revelation struck Teacher Moore to his core. Marquise disclosed that the previous Tian Hen bore a stronger resemblance to Teacher Moore's son. Teacher Moore was overwhelmed, scattering and shivering, seemingly in denial. Marquise continued, explaining that 60% of Tian Hen's body matched Mo Ao's, which was the reason behind Teacher Moore's tests. Delving further, Marquise revealed that she stayed by Tian Hen's side due to a deep connection they shared. She posed a question to Teacher Moore, asking if he wanted to know the identity of the dark-type girl who married his son. Marquise disclosed that it was her daughter who had married Teacher Moore's son. Shock after shock hit Teacher Moore as he processed this revelation. Marquise explained that she hadn't agreed to Moao and Yunner's marriage, but they left behind a single bloodline, which was Tian Hen. She pointed out that Tian Hen is Teacher Moore's grandson. Marquise made it clear that if Teacher Moore chose to harm his own grandson, the responsibility would be his. As the realization struck Teacher Moore, he understood that Tian Hen was a combination of Moao, explaining the dual presence of darkness and spatial abilities in him. Marquise suggested that Teacher Moore could verify this with a DNA test later. She revealed that, had she not been secretly protecting Tian Hen, perished long ago. Marquise then assured Teacher Moore that his son wasn't killed by a dark-type special ability user, as she wouldn't harm the man her daughter loved. She had no reason to hurt Yunner either. Marquise acknowledged being too old to discover the truth about their children's deaths, and suggested that Tian Hen should work independently to uncover the facts. Still grappling with the revelation that Tian Hen is his grandson, found it hard to believe. While holding Tian Hen, Marquise mentioned revoking her spirit, because Tian Hen's body couldn't endure it much longer. As she left, Marquise advised Teacher Moore not to disclose the truth about Tian Hen's identity, as the hidden dark forces within him might resurface and torment his body. As Tian Hen regained consciousness, he fell to the ground. Outside the hall, Feng Yuan woke up feeling a bit. Dylan informed him that he had passed out, and was thus teleported outside. Realizing he had failed, Feng Yuan understood the mental anguish was challenging. Feng Yuan realized that Tian Hen wasn't with him and inquired about his whereabouts. Syrians informed him that Tian Hen was still inside, indicating that his trial was ongoing. Feng Yuan expressed his concern to Luo, noting the formidable strength of the enemies inside, and how their powerful attacks seemed ineffective. Trying to boost Feng Yuan's morale, assured him that he did well, even comparing his performance favorably to some level 15 manipulators, who struggled with similar challenges. Rong smirked, implying doubt about whether Feng Yuan had the courage to re-enter the trial. Feng Yuan rose to his feet, remarking that pain could be pleasurable, expressing his readiness to face the trial again. Rong was taken aback by Feng Yuan's determination. While they were conversing, Tian Hen suddenly teleported there, but he was unconscious and barely breathing. Senior Luo hurriedly descended and began supplying him with qi. Recognizing Tian Hen's critical condition, Tian Hen's body seemed completely drained, lacking not only universal qi, but also his special ability. Even though his life force was extremely weak, Dylan and Rong joined in the qi stat transfer. Rong felt an overwhelming presence behind her, but when she turned, it was the teacher, Mr. Moore. Seeing Mr. Moore back, everyone was a bit shocked and asked him what had happened in there. Without saying anything, Mr. Moore used his spell to lift Tian Hen up and cradled him in his arms. Feng Yuan asked Mr. Moore how Tian Hen was, and Mr. Moore replied that he would be fine. Mr. Moore ordered Feng Yuan to stay there and keep training, assuring him that he would take care of Tian Hen from now on. He also ordered Luo and the others to stay on guard at the Demon Immortal Hall. After giving the order, Teacher Moore vanished. Seeing Feng Yuan's concern, Senior Luo suggested that he should rest since he needed time to recover from the mental attack. Feng Yuan denied it, expressing his determination to return to the hall. He believed that if he could endure it, he could overcome the challenge and find out what had caused Tian Hen's condition. Rong asked Feng Yuan if he wasn't scared after that intense experience, and jumped into the entrance hole of the hall. Meanwhile, in a cabin home, Tian Hen woke up in a bed, feeling confused about his surroundings. Seeing beautiful girl posters on the wall, he thought he might be in heaven. And Teacher Moore entered. Teacher Moore coughed, and Tian Hen realized that Teacher Moore was a bit embarrassed about the posters in his house. Tian Hen asked Teacher Moore if he was going to kill him, knowing the secret of his dark-type special ability. Teacher Moore pondered for a while before speaking, recognizing traces of his son in Tian Hen. This instinctively made him want to help Tian Hen. Teacher Moore told Tian Hen that it was all over and advised him not to bring it up again. Tian Hen asked if Teacher Moore had spared him. Teacher Moore replied that he wasn't sparing Tian Hen anything, and encouraged him to consider Teacher Moore as his teacher. Tian Hen felt puzzled by what had just transpired, especially why Teacher Moore would want a student like him, given his dark-type special ability. Teacher Moore assured Tian Hen that there was no specific reason for his choice, and expressed the hope that Tian Hen would be more discreet about his abilities. He emphasized that if others discovered Tian Hen's true nature, Teacher Moore wouldn't be able to protect him. Tian Hen thanked his teacher for safeguarding both him and future. In response, Teacher Moore returned a comforting smile. To aid Tian Hen's recovery, Teacher Moore generously imparted universal qi. As the waves of enormous qi flowed through Tian Hen's body, he could sense a rapid revival of all his abilities. After the qi transfer, Teacher Moore advised Tian Hen to rest. Concerned for Feng Yuan, Tian Hen inquired about his friend's well-being. Teacher Moore assured him that Feng Yuan was still undergoing a trial. Leaving Tian Hen to rest, Teacher Moore couldn't contain his joy as he ventured outside. In a burst of happiness, he exclaimed that he now had a grandson by his side, feeling fortunate for the first time in his life. During the days when Tian Hen was unconscious, Teacher Moore discreetly collected a DNA sample and conducted a test. The results revealed a direct blood relation between Tian Hen and Teacher Moore. Despite this significant revelation, Teacher Moore chose to heed the suggestion of the apocalypse and kept Tian Hen's true identity a secret. He already considered Tian Hen his closest family. Teacher Moore silently pledged to nurture his newfound grandson into the strongest special ability user. All the unfulfilled regrets he had with his own son, he vowed to fulfill them all through Tian Hen. He even abandoned thoughts of revenge to shield Tian Hen from potential dangers, prioritizing his grandson's safety above all else. After a few days of Tian Hen returned to normal. Teacher Moore visited every day, genuinely caring for him. Tian Hen began to feel a subtle shift in their dynamic. The fear he once harbored towards Moore had dissipated over the past few days. Tian Hen truly embraced Moore as his teacher. During one of their conversations, Moore expressed curiosity about Tian Hen's background, prompting Tian Hen to open up completely. He shared intricate details about Fantasy City and Madame Ouya, without holding anything back. Moore, upon hearing this, couldn't contain his excitement. Tian Hen went on to divulge information about Melis and her 3-year challenge. Becoming rather agitated, expressed his intent to settle the matter for Tian Hen. Tian Hen tried to intervene, explaining that Melis came from a formidable family, making her an unmatched opponent. Teacher Moore assured Tian Hen that he wasn't at fault in this situation with Melis, and insisted that the blame should be directed towards Melis's own actions. According to Teacher Moore's perspective, Melis was attracted to Tian Hen's potential and spatial-type special ability, intending to exploit him. Teacher Moore comforted Tian Hen, emphasizing that as his student, he would naturally support him in such matters, urging him not to worry. Addressing a concern, Teacher Moore advised Tian Hen to steer clear of all dark-type special ability users, expressing a desire to protect him from potential corruption. Teacher Moore then shared a valuable insight, stating that special abilities themselves are neither inherently good, it's the people who wield them that determine their nature. He looked at Tian Hen with determined eyes, asserting that if Tian Hen uses his abilities for good, and if used for bad, Tian Hen echoed this sentiment, assuring Teacher Moore that he understood. Teacher Moore displayed confidence in Tian Hen's judgment and encouraged him to drop formality, fostering a more relaxed relationship between them. As the mentorship deepened, the exchange of wisdom and support laid the foundation for a strong and trusting bond. Tomorrow morning, Teacher Moore excitedly informed Tian Hen about an upcoming outing, promising to take him somewhere special. Curiosity bubbling within him, Tian Hen couldn't help but wonder if this venture would involve a return test. Concerned about his readiness, he doubted his ability to pass the first stage in his current state. Assuring Tian Hen, Teacher Moore shifted the focus away from the daunting demon Immortal Hall. He decided to impart a valuable lesson that day. With genuine interest, Teacher Moore inquired about Tian Hen's knowledge of space. In response, Tian Hen delved into his space theory, discussing concepts like space and vacuum. Impressed by Tian Hen's grasp of the subject, Teacher Moore acknowledged his progress. He revealed that understanding the rhythm of changes in space held the key to unlocking Tian Hen's hidden potential. According to Teacher Moore, the same technique, when harnessed with a deep comprehension of spatial dynamics, could unleash a significantly more potent. The following day, Teacher Moore took his leave, suggesting to Tian Hen that he would truly comprehend the essence of his space power by reading it with his heart. He advised Tian Hen to enhance his control over his power and focus on his homework in that regard. Taking the advice to heart, Tian Hen spent the next day meditating and unleashed his mentality, exerting control over every inch of his room. As Moore had mentioned, Tian Hen could keenly sense every fluctuation in the surrounding space. The order of spatial waves varied with the power of the waves. Carefully delving into the mysteries of space, Tian Hen gradually entered a meditative state, deepening his understanding of his spatial special ability. The following day, Teacher Moore returned to find Tian Hen meditating in the same pose as when Moore had left. Upon entering the room, Moore felt a restraining sensation and realized that Tian Hen had managed to turn the room into a vacuum. Impressed by Tian Hen's preliminary understanding of space, Teacher Moore heard him stand up and express gratitude for the guidance, attributing his progress to Moore's teachings. They then left the room, and Tian Hen, stepping out after months of rest, relished the fresh air, feeling rejuvenated. Teacher Moore then took Tian Hen to his turf, and upon seeing it, Tian Hen was shocked. It resembled an ancient village, reminiscent of scenes from movies. Teacher Moore explained that he believed it to be the only piece of paradise left in the entire Galactic Alliance for him. Tired of the hustle and bustle of city life and disliking high-tech environments, he chose this place. Teacher Moore shared that they deliberately slowed down technological advancements here, both in the Galactic and Holy Alliances. This revelation left Tian Hen a bit surprised, prompting him to ask why they didn't want to advance technology. With a serious expression, Teacher Moore explained that technology has two sides. It can be beneficial, but when it becomes overly advanced, it has the potential to lead to significant destruction. He emphasized that everything has its limits, so it would be best for them to proceed with caution when it comes to technological advancements. Teacher Moore suddenly teleported Tian Hen to a futuristic city, leaving him amazed and excited at the incredible speed of their travel. Observing Tian Hen's enthusiasm, Teacher Moore mentioned that he would be able to achieve such speeds when his special abilities reached a higher level, equivalent to the speed of light. In the midst of their conversation, Teacher Moore handed a nutritional serum to Tian Hen and instructed him to go to the Royal Gold City. Tian Hen quickly drank the serum Teacher Moore handed to him, but promptly spat it out upon learning that Moore wanted to take him to a concert. Teacher Moore was excited about attending his favorite singer's concert at the Royal Gold Stadium, having secured a couple of tickets. Desperate to go, Moore explained that flying was not an option due to tight city defenses, so they would have to take a hover bus. Wondered how this concert related to his training. Teacher Moore looked at Tian Hen. Taking breaks from training was essential to avoid getting tired. Accepting this, they boarded the hover bus, which took them to Sky High Stadium. They found the stadium already surrounded by a crowd. To reach the venue, Tian Hen and Moore had to disembark a kilometer away from the stadium and walk the remaining distance on foot. Observing the massive crowd, Tian Hen expressed amazement at Miraculous' immense popularity. A commotion erupted in the crowd, as a fight seemed to be breaking out. Tian Hen looked to see a large man trying to start a fight with a smaller individual who was attempting to de-escalate the situation. The big man pushed the smaller guy, causing him to become a bit angry, though he tried to maintain control. He felt the urge to harm the big guy but managed to keep his composure. Tian Hen wanted to intervene and help the smaller guy, but Teacher Moore stopped him, stating that the boy didn't need Tian Hen's assistance. Suddenly, the crowd erupted in screams as the big man, who had been trying to start the fight, was now on fire. His lower body was ablaze, and the fire caused his pants to burn off, leaving him embarrassingly naked. The crowd burst into laughter at his misfortune, and the humiliated man ran away. Teacher Moore reminded Tian Hen that he had already mentioned the boy didn't need assistance. They decided to leave the concert. After booking a VIP room in a hotel, Tian Hen was astonished by its luxurious interior, wondering how Teacher Moore could secure such an extravagant space amidst the bustling crowd outside. To his surprise, Tian Hen noticed someone already in the room, the skinny guy from earlier who had set the large man on fire. Teacher Moore inquired why the skinny guy was in their room. Assuming that Teacher Moore knew him, Tian Hen approached and greeted the skinny guy. They shook hands. The biological computer in the guy's palm sent a message directly to Tian Hen's brain. Confused by this unusual communication, Tian Hen asked if the skinny guy could be one of the Holy Alliance's 5 judges, smiled and confirmed that he was the Holy Alliance fire-type judge. Tian Hen couldn't believe his luck, standing in front of one of the legendary 5 judges of the Holy Alliance. Zhu Rong then focused on Tian Hen, acknowledging him as a special ability level who was relatively new to the Holy Alliance. He mentioned that Teacher Moore rarely took on low-level students, making Tian Hen exceptionally fortunate to have the greatest teacher around. The mood shifted when Zhu Rong referred to Teacher Moore as the old man. This annoyed Teacher Moore. Zhu Rong then turned the conversation toward Rong, questioning her absence. He mocked Teacher Moore, his girl Rong, visibly angered, engaged in a heated exchange with Zhu Rong. Teacher Moore expressed irritation, stating that Zhu Rong always managed to get on his nerves whenever they met. Upon hearing Teacher Moore's irritation, Zhu Rong too crackled with rage, proudly asserting that he was the best fire user in the entire galactic state. The exchange between them escalated, with both mocking and bragging, creating a tense atmosphere. Tian Hen, standing there, grew increasingly worried about the possibility of a fight breaking out between them. Attempting to calm the situation, he trembled as he intervened, urging them to settle down. Observing their intense exchange, Tian Hen deduced that Teacher Moore and Zhu Rong were familiar with each other, likely having known each other for a long time. Wanting to diffuse the tension, Tian Hen interrupted, suggesting that they seem close and must be fond of each other. However, this suggestion only angered both Teacher Moore and Zhu Rong. They looked at Tian Hen with annoyance and simultaneously yelled at him, emphasizing that they were not close. Continuing their heated banter, and even mocking each other's hobbies, Tian Hen grew increasingly anxious. Suddenly, the stadium lights went off, prompting both Teacher Moore and Zhu Rong to settle on the couch and direct their attention to the glass window. They mentioned that it was finally starting. Observing the view outside the window, Tian Hen realized the significance of the VIP room. The window provided a clear and perfect view of the Miraculous concert at the stadium. As the concert commenced, an announcer took the stage, addressing the audience. He declared the arrival of the beloved evergreen diva, Miss Miraculous. A platform slowly ascended on the stage, accompanied by the illumination of lights, revealing the beautiful Miraculous. The crowd erupted in awe, showering her with praises. Even Teacher Moore and Zhu Rong couldn't contain their excitement at the sight of her beauty. Miraculous greeted the crowd warmly, expressing gratitude for their support at the concert. Tian Hen observed the electric atmosphere, realizing that the entire stadium was at a boiling point, with everyone applauding for her. Miraculous, a vision of beauty, announced that her singing voice would resonate through their wonderful memories that evening. Describing her voice proved challenging, as it went beyond being a mere feast for the ears. It was an indescribable delight for the entire crowd. Miraculous' enchanting voice transported the audience into a fantastical world of surrounded by the beauty of her song. No one uttered a sound. They were all lost in the melody. Her gentle song resembled the voice of angels, reaching every corner of the stadium. Tian Hen comprehended why Miraculous was so popular. Anyone silently enjoying her beautiful voice could feel the chi in their bodies becoming strangely serene. As if Miraculous' voice held the ultimate truth, the audience seemed to lose track of time while listening to her. Gazing at her with pure love in his eyes, expressed that every time he listened to her, he was as moved as the first time he heard her. Suddenly, a fiery red phoenix materialized, its enormous body gracefully fluttering in the air as it spread its wings. Instantly, it bathed the entire stadium in a beautiful flaming red hue. The phoenix glided slowly, circling Marilou's head 3 times, leaving her in delighted surprise. As the embers twinkled down, the phoenix vanished, but the memorable scene lingered in everyone's hearts. It was Zhurong's trick, done to impress Marilou. Teacher Moore, feeling jealous, decided to showcase his own trick to impress her. With a snap of his fingers, Marilou's body became engulfed in a saintly white light. The white light formed a sphere around her, creating a barrier of light. As this radiant barrier ascended, it lifted Marilou's body into the air, allowing her to float above the stage. Marilou floated above the audience like a goddess. Thunderous applause from the crowd, grateful for the overwhelming response, and announced that, as a token of her gratitude, she would sing another song. The crowd roared in excitement, and the concert reached another climactic crescendo. The applause seemed endless. As the music for Marilou's last song began, snow fluttered down like white fairy backup dancers. The scene melded wonderfully with Marilou's beautiful voice and figure, making her seem even more ethereal. Titled Snow Fairy, captivated not only Teacher Moore and Zhurong but also the rest of the crowd. Everyone seemed to forget everything, immersed in this moment. Tian Hen's attention was focused on someone else, a figure shrouded in shadows at the side of the stage. Tian Hen didn't have time to think or inform Moore about his destination. Without hesitation, he turned and ran toward her, thinking it might be someone he knew. As Tian Hen sprinted, the guards attempted to stop him because the area he was heading to was off-limits. Tian Hen skillfully used teleportation to dodge them. The girl in the crowd was utilizing her water-type ability to create snow and enhance the atmosphere. Since leaving Mid-Thunder, she'd been staying with Marilou. Fortunately, this strategy worked well, helping her avoid a lot of trouble and adding a complication to Mother's search for her. The girl remained worried about the fiery phoenix and the space-type ability. Suddenly, she began to sense a burning gaze on her. She realized a powerful mentality was locking onto her. Suddenly, she couldn't move. It was Tian Hen standing there, gazing at the girl, and finally recognized her as the girl called llin. Llin, upon seeing Tian Hen, also remembered him. Just as Tian Hen was about to say something, the guard he had dodged earlier appeared, holding him at gunpoint and instructing him to come with them. Llin informed the guard that she would handle Tian Hen herself, and they should return to their respective. Llin seized Tian Hen's hand and led him to a quiet place. She asked Tian Hen. Tian Hen explained that it was a coincidence as he was here to enjoy the concert, and happened to notice her eyes in the crowd. Llin believed Tian Hen didn't know what she looked like, and he replied that initially, but her eyes had left a deep impression on him. Llin informed Tian Hen that what happened between them that night was a one-time thing, and they weren't in a relationship. Tian Hen replied that he knew he didn't have a chance for a relationship with her, considering she is the daughter of a Holy Alliance controller and would likely become a controller herself one day. Upon hearing this, Llin expressed that she had no other choice that day, apologized to Tian Hen, and offered compensation. Tian politely responded that he didn't require her money. His only curiosity was to discover what she looked like. He mentioned that she surpassed his expectations in beauty, but confessed that she had completely disrupted his life. Upon hearing this, Llin explained that her mother had compelled her to marry someone she didn't love, leading her to take such actions. She mentioned that she had orchestrated everything that unfolded that day, emphasizing that there was no real connection between the two of them. She confessed to placing the evidence on the bed deliberately and crafting the message to sound ambiguous. Upon hearing this, Tian Hen was genuinely shocked. He tried to laugh it off, expressing uncertainty about whether he should be happy about the revelation. Tian Hen acknowledged that, from Llin's perspective, she didn't do anything wrong, but he felt it was unfair to him. He maintained that he held no animosity towards her for the pain she had caused him. He was grateful for her role in transforming his life for the better. He still couldn't shake off the feeling that she was somewhat self-centered. He explained that her pursuit of happiness had been unwavering, even at the expense of his own well-being. Upon hearing this, felt a pang of worry, and inquired whether Tian Hen's mother had indeed been impulsive in her actions towards him. Tian Hen acknowledged that she had been the source of his troubles, but he expressed relief that she hadn't gone to the extreme of taking his life. He confessed that his initial resentment towards Llin stemmed from her abandonment of him at the time of his near-death experience, thought to his parents. Llin, however, urged him to let go of the past, reminding him that he was alive and well, and a valued member of the Holy Alliance. She reassured him that no lasting harm had been done. A realization dawned upon Tian Hen that there was a truth far more profound than the one he had just grasped. He concluded that their paths were destined to intertwine, and for the sake of her happiness, he decided to keep his encounter with her mother under wraps. Curiosity piqued his interest as he inquired why she had chosen him amongst the multitude of individuals in Fantasy City. Filled with remorse for her actions, offered an apology to Tian Hen, and pledged to disclose the entire truth to her mother once her forced marriage was dissolved. She explained that her initial attraction to him stemmed from his perceived purity, untouched by the corrupting influences of society. His words and actions had intrigued her, leading to her decision to choose him. She expressed a desire to make amends for her past transgressions, though the reason for this desire remained unclear to her. Now possessing a deeper understanding, acknowledged Llin's sincerity. He confessed that the Llin he had yearned to meet was indeed stunning, surpassing even Lily's beauty. Despite her physical beauty, Llin lacked in another crucial aspect. Lily's heart, brimming with kindness, was far more captivating than her own. Lily's compassionate nature was the epitome of true beauty. Tian Hen expressed his regret for causing llin distress, and declared that their paths would diverge from that point forward, their encounter a mere passing memory. He reassured her that their past would no longer weigh heavily on his conscience, as he had finally gained clarity. With these words, Tian Hen turned and walked away, leaving llin speechless, her thoughts a whirlwind of emotions. Who had just arrived approached llin and expressed her gratitude for the enchanting snow during her concert. Noticing Tian Hen's presence, she inquired about him, introduced himself, and praised Marilu's angelic voice, confessing that her performance had left a profound impression on him. He then excused himself, explaining that he had to return to his elders, and Teacher Moore arrived at the cafe, paying their respects to Marilu for extending the invitation. Witnessing their presence, Marilu, on the other hand, was thrilled to have the two judges who had contributed to her concert's success. Among the crowd, llin was taken aback by the sight of her grandfather. Teacher Moore, exuding his customary charm, inquired about the possibility of joining Marilu for drinks, to which she readily agreed. Tian Hen's mind was in turmoil as he grappled with the string of surprises unfolding before him. Zhu Rong being llin's grandfather, and Teacher Moore being invited by Marilu for drinks. He informed Teacher Moore that he preferred to wait for them outside, but Teacher Moore advised him against it, citing his unfamiliarity with the surroundings. Witnessing this exchange, was shocked to discover that Tian Hen was Teacher Moore's disciple. At Sky High Stadium's cafe, Miss Marilu was compelled to disguise herself in public to avoid unwanted attention. As llin sat there lost in thought, she recalled her mother's words about Teacher Moore's true abilities, which were said to rival those of the judges, and perhaps even surpass the Judge of Light. The realization dawned upon her that the man she had just insulted was Teacher Moore's disciple, and it seemed that Moore held his student in high regard. Marilu turned to Teacher Moore, inquiring if Tian Hen was his new disciple. She expressed surprise at his presence, as it was the first time he had brought a male disciple to one of her concerts. Teacher Moore confirmed that Tian Hen had recently become his disciple, acknowledging his limited strength but recognizing his immense potential. He explained that bringing Tian Hen to the concert was a way of rewarding his efforts. With a genuine smile, he complimented Marilu's performance, stating that her voice had set the Sky High Stadium ablaze. Zhu Rong nodded in agreement, his stoic expression softening momentarily. Her gaze shifting towards Tian Hen encouraged him to relax and adopt a more casual demeanor, as they were simply enjoying a conversation over drinks. Tian Hen apologized for his formality and promised to be more at ease in the future. Despite his desire to leave as soon as possible, he remained out of respect for Teacher Moore and Marilu. Leaning towards llin with a playful wink, expressed her curiosity about how llin and Tian Hen had first met. Overhearing Marilu's question, felt a twinge of apprehension, not wanting to divulge the peculiar circumstances of their encounter. Sensing his discomfort, Teacher Moore took it upon himself to narrate the story. With a gentle glance towards llin, he explained that his disciple's inherent kindness often made him an easy target for others' mistreatment. He revealed that llin and Tian Hen had met by chance one night, emphasizing that Marilu should exercise caution in her interactions with llin, as her mother's relentless search for her had turned the Galactic Alliance upside down. llin's heart sank upon hearing this, her mind filled with dread. She inquired whether Teacher Moore intended to return her to her mother, effectively sealing her fate to a life of misery. Maintaining a detached demeanor, asserted that he held no sway over her destiny, but advised her to leave Royal Gold as soon as possible, as her mother would inevitably discover her whereabouts in this city. Feeling a chill run down her spine, acknowledged Teacher Moore's words, her voice barely above a whisper. She promised to depart as quickly as she could. Zhu Rong, witnessing llin's distress, intervened, chastising Teacher Moore for his harshness, and offering his assistance in resolving her predicament. llin, touched by Zhu Rong's kindness, expressed her gratitude. Tian Hen, excusing himself from the company, stepped outside to clear his head. His mind was preoccupied with llin, torn between his lingering feelings and the disappointment he felt over her actions. As he stood there, lost in thought, a group of guards suddenly appeared, their voices echoing with the command to capture him. Caught off guard, protested his innocence, asserting that he had not committed any offense in Royal Gold. Unfazed by his pleas, confronted him with the accusation of murdering Master William in Mid-Thunder. The guard's chilling words sent a shiver down Tian Hen's spine as he realized the gravity of the situation. He had been tracked down, hunted for over a year, all because of a false accusation. The realization that llin was behind this betrayal struck him like a thunderbolt, shattering the remnants of his affection for her. He had cherished their memories together, only to discover that they were meaningless to her. Tian Hen's frustration, already simmering from his encounter with llin, was now compounded by this unjust pursuit. He felt trapped, his life spiraling into darkness. Tian Hen felt a surge of bloodlust rise within him, his eyes glowing red. He asked the guards if they were assassins hired by the Thunderstrike group. By his sudden transformation, lunged at him with daggers drawn. Tian Hen's mind raced, the voice of his teacher echoing in his head, urging him to counterattack. As the assassins closed in, Tian Hen teleported behind one of them, grabbing his hand and crushing it with a powerful grip. The assassin screamed in agony, collapsing to the ground. The other assassins froze in shock, their eyes wide with terror. Before they could react, Tian Hen appeared behind another one, devastating face kick, The pure, unadulterated killing intent radiating from Tian Hen's body was palpable. Despite the assassin's formidable chi levels, Tian Hen's every strike possessed the power to tear through space. His teleportation rendered their movements predictable, leaving them helpless against his onslaught. In the blink of an eye, the once formidable assassins lay scattered on the ground, their bodies battered and broken. Tian Hen's eyes burned with a fiery intensity, his bloodlust still simmering just beneath the surface. Tian Hen felt a surge of power within him. A newfound strength echoed the turmoil in his heart. As he stood amidst the fallen assassins, a riot control force arrived, their voices echoing through their megaphones, demanding his surrender or face the consequences. His emotions, still raw and uncontrolled, calmly refuted their accusations, asserting his innocence. He explained that he was the victim in this situation, falsely accused and hunted down like a fugitive. Appearing as a beacon of calm amidst the storm, approached Tian Hen, his presence radiating understanding and support. With a reassuring smile, he commended Tian Hen's remarkable feat of defeating 13 assassins single-handedly. He praised his disciple's ability to manage his emotions, demonstrating remarkable growth and resilience. Deeply moved by Teacher Moore's words, understood the underlying message. Despite the potent influence of his dark-type ability, he had managed to maintain control, a testament to his inner strength and willpower. The riot control force, upon seeing Teacher Moore, was taken aback. Their initial aggression gave way to a mixture of awe and respect, acknowledging the renowned teacher's presence. Tian Hen's heart was consumed by a whirlwind of emotions, a torrent of feelings that threatened to overwhelm him. His heart burned with an intensity he had never known before, a culmination of pain and the weight of his extraordinary destiny. In an outpouring of raw emotion, Tian Hen knelt before Teacher Moore, tears streaming down his face. Under Teacher Moore's gentle gaze, he found a safe haven, a place where he could finally release the pent-up hurt and anguish that had been festering within him. With his unwavering understanding and compassion, offered Tian Hen the solace he desperately needed. He listened patiently as Tian Hen poured out his heart, his voice trembling with emotion. In that moment, Tian Hen began to heal, the darkness within him slowly receding as he embraced the warmth of Teacher Moore's guidance and support. The path ahead remained uncertain, but with Teacher Moore by his side, Tian Hen found a glimmer of hope, a beacon of light in the midst of his tumultuous journey. Don't forget to like and comment for the next part. Join our Discord for the name of the book and subscribe for more videos from us.